Good evening and welcome to the Rustler Game of the Week from Labard Stadium in Costa Mesa, California. It's an Orange Empire Conference matchup between the visiting College of the Desert Roadrunners and your Golden West Rustlers. Hello everyone, I'm Rob Frecker. Alongside me is John McNichols and Kevin Schreiber. We'll start with you, Kevin. You've been poring over the stats all day today. What have you come up with?
Rob, on paper, looks like an even matchup. The game, however, it's not played on paper, it's played on the football field. Both of these teams have stellar offenses. They both average over 23 points a game. However, Rob, I think defensively, Golden West may have the slight advantage.
Golden West enters the match 5-4. College of the Desert 4-5. Both of them 2-2 in conference play. John, is pretty close, but Golden West is ranked 20th in Southern California.
Yes, and when we looked at the scores coming into this game, very similar against common opponents. Golden West is at home. But this season, home field advantage has not been a big thing for Golden West up to last week when they won the bell game against OCC. Let's see how that works out tonight.
And a big win it was, 33-17, right here at Labard Stadium. We brought you that one. Kevin, that's a two-game win streak now for the Rustlers. Do you think they can carry that momentum on into tonight's game?
Well, Rob, the two-game win streak, that first win, and then they brought home that bell for the first time in 4 years. This game means something for Golden West. If they win this game, they're bowl eligible for the second consecutive year. College of the Desert at this point, pretty much playing for pride. I think it's going to go down to the wire, but I think Golden West can edge out the victory.
It could be a close game. Like you said, similar results to some opponents, but turning on the heat so far in the past couple games, AC Aldodios Colquitt, he had 3 touchdown receptions last game.
And we had the opportunity to speak with him at the end of the game. I believe he has come alive as a community college player. We hope for and expect big things out of him tonight, along with the rest of that offense.
Raymond Weezar, the quarterback, has a 61% completion rate. He's thrown for 14 touchdowns so far this season, having a pretty good season. And Michael Pierre, a ball carrier, he's had 3 TDs, and he averages just about 5 yards a carry. But Kevin, what can we expect from the College of the Desert?
College of the Desert has their own receiver. Number 1, Jordan Calhoun. He's the number 1 receiver in the conference. He has 9 touchdowns coming in tonight. He averages over 80 yards a game. Rob, hopefully, he'll leave Labard Stadium with that same 9 touchdowns.
And John, as we said, very similar teams on paper. What could be some factors tonight?
Well, historically, with Coach Nick Mitchell, his teams have played people tough in the first half, gone into at halftime, made adjustments, and come out and done extremely well in the second half. We hope that with the impetus of playing for a possible bowl game, College of the Desert, I expect, will come out with a lot of enthusiasm early in the game. They know this is the end of their season. It's sometimes hard to keep that enthusiasm going when you know you're not going anywhere else. I think Golden West has that advantage with the bowl game waiting out there for them.
They certainly will need to prove themselves tonight to move up in the rankings and earn that bowl spot. We'll be bringing you the game right after these messages. It's going to be a big one, the final regular season clash between the College of the Desert Roadrunners and your Golden West Rustlers. Right after this.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people, connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Come on. What do you got there, Yogi? Huh? What have you found? What do you got, little fella? Drop it. Looks like someone's butt. Man, they probably lost it playing with their kids. Hey, leave it. Come on. Come on.
About this place, it just gets better and better.
Every day, California goes to work. And thanks to its system of more than 100 community colleges all across the state, every day, California becomes a better place to live. California Community Colleges, the way California works.
It just gets better and better.
Welcome back. As the two teams are ready for a coin toss, our very own John McNichols had a chance to talk to head coach Nick Mitchell. Let's take a look.
It's a pretty important ball game against College of the Desert tonight. What can we look for?
Well, we're going to, try to play our best game of the year. It's our 10th game. We should be, have gotten a little bit better each week, and we expect to play extremely well this evening. We're still beat up. We lost Peter Adams, one of our top receivers last week. But another young man will step in and fill the void, and we have a lot to play for this evening. So, winning record, potentially a bowl game. The boys are ready.
And we always look forward to your adjustments at halftime, and most ball games you come out and just stop people in the second half. Tonight, we'd like to see you start right off of that opening kickoff. I know you would too. What do you fear most out of this College of the Desert team?
Well, they're going to kind of spread it out a little bit, and they're going to run some option. And so kind of the combination of the two is a little tricky for us right there. They've got some very good athletes, and they're huge up front on both the offensive line and the defensive line. So they're going to outsize us. They're probably going to have some better athletes than we will in a few areas. But, as a team, we play pretty well. We like to think we do most of the time. And so we'll be able to hang in there and keep it close, and we think we can do some things to get on top of them a little bit. It'll be similar to Orange Coast last week. They're going to load up the box against our offense, and we're going to have to do some things to get over top of them.
Well, Coach, number 10, let's go get it and play one more time. Good luck. We'll be right with you.
Thanks, John.
Welcome back. We're just finishing the national anthem here at Labard Stadium. Coach Nick Mitchell seems ready for this game. He's done his homework against College of the Desert, and he looks ready for a good contest. Let's throw it down to Kevin Schreiber, who's on the sidelines.
Thanks, Rob. The energy in this arena is electric. It should be an amazing game. Should go wire to wire from start to finish. A beautiful rendition of the national anthem has just been sung. Both teams are ready to go. I'm looking forward to some football. Rob, John.
Thank you, Kevin. It has been a pretty warm week, but definitely cooling off here on a Saturday evening. A bit of late kickoff here at Labard Stadium. 7 o'clock kickoff tonight as OCC used the field earlier today, suffering their final loss of the season. Not the best year for OCC, but Golden West looking to make the playoffs for the second year in a row. I'm joined in the booth to start the game by John McNichols.
Well, we know that these two teams come in about as even as you can be. Their scores against mutual opponents very similar, within a few points. This is a ball game that's not going to be won early. I believe College of the Desert will come out firing with all cylinders, probably a lot like Riverside did 3 weeks ago. We hope they don't get out to that 3-touchdown lead, but I expect College of the Desert to come out firing quickly. Coach Nick Mitchell indicated they ran a lot of spread offense. Probably will do some no huddle. We'll see how that goes. The wrestlers need to hold them down early and then get on them in the second half. It looks like Golden West is lining up to kick off at the 30-yard line, and College of the Desert will defend at the other end.
John, I want to ask you to expand on a little bit. You were telling me that as you were watching College of the Desert prepare for tonight's contest on the field just before the game, you said they looked like a team that was doing it in a professional manner. Can you expand on that a bit?
Well, Their coaches had their defensive unit out, just the defensive unit out, about an hour and a half before the kickoff, which is a little early. And they were going through Golden West's offensive alignments and the shifts and adjustments that they will need to make as Golden West comes out ready to run their offense. Very professional, very well organized. The players seem to have a very clear understanding of what the coaches wanted. I've seen teams do that in the past, but not often. I was very impressed with their workmanlike approach to this contest. They look like a football team that's ready to play. They certainly have some fine-looking athletes. We'll see how it goes. We're getting ready for that kickoff. Community college football, the ball would be kicked off from the 30-yard line, and it can be returned from anywhere on the field. In high school football, if the ball is kicked over the goal line, it's automatically a dead ball. Not so in the college game or anywhere else for that matter, just in high school.
So Jesus Orozco, the kicker for Golden West, awaiting the referee's whistle to get this game started.
One of the Achilles heels for Golden West all year has been the kicking game. We've seen them miss crucial field goals, punt the ball erratically at times. We are in the 10th game of the season. The kicking game, along with all other aspects of the game, should be as good as it's going to get. We hope that the kicking game does not let us down tonight. The young men will certainly try to do their best, and let's hope that they do.
A little delay just to get things started, get the scoreboard up to par. Still says we're in the second quarter, but you and I know better. This is the initial kickoff. The time is set, 15 minutes on the clock. Quarter number one, crowds on their feet to get things started here at Labard Stadium. And Orozco, nice kick, gets the game underway. Fielded at the 15. College of the Des makes his way to the inside. Still breaks one up to the 34-yard line. Decent kick and a semi-decent return to give some decent field position for College of the Desert. That returned by Aaron Booker.
And we have a little chipping going on right from the opening kickoff. One of the College of the Desert players and one of the Golden West players had a little discussion right at the 35-yard line. Nothing serious happened. Here we go, first down.
Desert offense headed by Charles Fortis, number 15. Got Zavala and Melvin behind him. Ball carry goes right up the middle. Gain of a couple on the play. Crosses the 35-yard line. We'll bring up second down at about 8.
Coach Mitchell indicated that Desert's skilled athletes were very good and that their offensive and defensive lines were huge. They will probably spread the ball around quite a bit, but I believe they think they can run straight ahead with some success.
Denzel Richardson here on the left side, 4 wide receivers, 3 on the near side. On the far side, Jordan Calhoun on that far right, but it's another handoff to Rashid Melvin. Melvin gets closer to the 40-yard line. It'll bring up third and short here.
Missed tackle in the deep offensive backfield. Would have been a 3 or 4 yard loss. Unfortunately, the tackle was missed. Good gain. 3rd and 3 or 4. Normal yardage. Can run your whole offense from here.
Fortis yet to let loose. Similar formation here for the Roadrunners. Fortis and shotgun. And he's going to let it go to the far side, but it's well over the head. There's a flag that looked like pass interference. And that's frustrating for Raheem Ivey, who was providing the coverage for the Rustlers.
And that's unfortunate because the ball was clearly overthrown. As a general rule, if a ball is not catchable, although they can call impeding the runner rather than pass interference. It's a 15-yard penalty rather than spot of the foul. The ball is supposed to be catchable or there is no penalty.
It certainly didn't look catchable from this angle. It looked well over the head.
Yeah, we have a little better view of it than the officials do.
Nonetheless, first down for the Roadrunners on their own 48-yard line.
And Desert, pretty standard. 2 running plays and a pass. I expect that they will start throwing on earlier downs pretty quickly. They've thrown the ball with great success all year.
Melvin in the backfield alongside Fortis. Fortis hangs on to this one, and he'll get maybe a couple yards on the play, just barely crossing the 50-yard line. So quarterback keeper on first down, gains 2 on the play.
And that's an option play. He has the option of running wide or turning up the middle like he did there, or pitching the ball to the remaining back. A lot of their offense will be made up on the fly, depending upon how the defense covers them. Can create great headaches for the defensive coaches.
As Kevin mentioned in the pregame, Golden West, one of the better pass defense in the conference. Fortis gets some pressure.
Got him right. Oh,
Evades pressure. Complete. Did he? No. Official says he was out of bounds. It's incomplete.
That's another missed tackle in the secondary.
Good pressure from the linebacker, Steven Santana, to force Fortis out to that far side.
Just as a general observation, tackling in general this season, I've noticed on all levels of football, and I watch high school, college, and pro football, even little Pop Warner, tackling in general is not, it seems to be declining as a skill. I don't know if people are not coaching it as much because of injuries. Golden West has had 2 opportunities for losses and missed tackles.
Flags thrown here as the ball is snapped.
Calling motion on Desert.
False start, called against, called to the Desert.
Automatic 5.
So that'll bring up 3rd and long here. Ball on the 45-yard line. Their own 45.
It's early in the contest, a little early to throw the ball real deep, but not a bad time to throw a screen pass or run the draw.
3rd and 13 after that penalty. Fortis has Richardson here on the near side. Shuffles to his left here. He's got pressure from behind him. He gets hit, but it's complete to Richardson. It'll be a little bit short of the first down, maybe 1 yard short.
Well-designed play. They spread the middle and then ran one of the outside receivers right into the middle. He sets down. He didn't go quite far enough for the first down. Desert sends in the punt team. A little early in the contest to try anything tricky. They probably will just punt the ball and play some defense.
So Nathan Krasniak, the punter for Desert, averages about 37 yards this season.
Well, if he gets his 37, he'll have the Rustlers back deep.
Ruggles for Golden West, and here's the flag on the play. Looks like the play clock has expired.
Too much time. Another 5. Really doesn't make any difference. The kicker can just kick the ball. Doesn't need to hold back at all. He's 60 yards from the goal line.
Ruggles doesn't even move, hanging out on that 10-yard line for Golden
Coach
West.
Mitchell was going to make some substitutions, and they didn't have time to do it. Can't imagine why he would have made a wholesale substitution on a punt reception.
It's a nice high punt from Krasniak. Ruggles fields.
Fair catch called for.
Right on the 1 yard line. And he's tackled.
That's a penalty. That's a penalty.
Fair catch was called.
That was an unfortunate penalty on Desert. The receiver probably should have allowed the ball to bounce into the end zone. From there, that would normally be the case. He did call the fair catch, and the defender tackled him. That's a 15-yard penalty.
So instead of ball on the 1 yard line, up around the 16-yard line. Let's take another look at that fair catch call. You can see right there, Ruggles clearly calling fair catch in the late tackle. Not only did he touch him, but he brought him down to the ground.
He could have got away with just holding on to him, but throwing him to the ground is really, of course, he must not have seen the fair catch signal. You wouldn't do that if you knew he had called for a fair catch, but he doesn't have to see the signal. If the official sees it, that's what counts.
So a couple mistakes early on from College of the Desert. And here's a flag thrown.
Movement on the Rustlers. This is the 10th game for both of these teams, and they're making first game mistakes. Maybe they're just a little too keyed up. It's an important game to both squads. And it is early, 11:48 in the first quarter.
So our first look at Golden West offense here, headed by Ray Weezar, who also wears number 15 for Golden West. He's got Harold Williams in motion. 4 wide receivers. Lots of time for Weezar. Comes to the near side. Complete to AC Aldodius Colquitt. Gets back to that original line of scrimmage.
I think he called it incomplete. Indicated the ball had hit the ground. Coach Weezar has really developed into a threat. As the game goes along, his arm seems to get stronger. That ball, he short-armed it a little bit and threw it into the ground. 2nd and 15.
AC again on the near side. Weezar quickly to Williams. Breaks one tackle. Up to the 25, 24-yard line. Brought down, that was Andrew Williams on the reception.
Gain. And the defensive players for Desert are making the adjustments now in the ball game that they were practicing an hour and a half before the kickoff. They have scouted Golden West very thoroughly and have a pretty good idea of what they're going to attempt to do from various sets. But as we know, Coach Nick Mitchell has that trick book that nobody but him is aware of, and we know sometime during this ball game he's going to do something Desert hasn't seen yet.
The 3rd and 4 from just shy of the 25-yard line. Weezar quickly to AC. Looks like it was caught. And indeed it was. That'll be a good first down from the 38-yard line for the Rustlers.
Good safe possession pass. Throw for the first down. Move the chains.
AC Aldodius Colquitt really coming alive in these past couple games here for the Rustlers.
And he's gained a lot of confidence, and we're a very well-spoken young man. He's ready to play. Bringing some people.
Williams, the ball carrier, gains about 5 on the play up to the 42-yard line. He gained a 4.
And Desert had 9 people up, ready to stop the run. That's from the scouting report. They have a pretty good idea from various formations what Golden West tends to do. Of course, Coach Mitchell will break those tendencies during the ball game, but Desert's ready to play ball.
Williams and Spencer head off the field. Lots of wide receivers here for Weezar as he's in shotgun. Desert plays very high. Good time for Weezar, and he goes downfield just out of the reach of Jared Cohen.
No
Who
flag.
made a dive.
Now there's a flag back at the line of scrimmage, but there was no flag on the pass thrown over the receiver's head. What are we going to get? Against Golden West, unnecessary roughness.
We mentioned in one of our previous broadcasts, Golden West had a lot of penalties in that first half. Something that Nick Mitchell, you and I know, John, that he despises.
Oh, yes. Whoever the penalty was on, and we almost never know, but it's more than likely one of the young men leaving the field. The coaches like to do a little teaching after those incidents.
So it brings the ball way back to the 27-yard line. Be 3rd and almost 20.
Third and awfully long. Desert's playing man-to-man defense.
Weezar faces pressure. Ball's caught up over the top.
Get to the outside and turn right.
Gets the first down up to the 50-yard line. Excellent carry from Jared Cohen after the catch.
Got a wrestler down on the field. It's a 70 number. He's getting up.
Chris Ross, that is, number 79, slow to get up, but a good block upfield to provide some excellent opportunities for Jared Cohen to take it all the way.
Now that was 3rd and 20, and they made 21. Continue the drive. Ball right at the 50-yard line.
10 minutes left here in the first quarter. Let's take another look at
the
this
replay.
Jared Cohen
They'll
catch.
run receivers right up the middle and clear it out, and then run somebody underneath. Very well designed. Just enough for the first down.
Picks up about 17 on that carry after the catch. Weezer again in shotgun. Goes near side here to Dotson. Dotson clears the corner, clears the first down, and is knocked out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. So a nice couple of big plays here for the Rustlers.
That play is called a slip screen. They run an outside receiver to the inside, and he drags the defenders with him, and then you run somebody out of the backfield out to that position that's been vacated. It's been very successful for the Rustlers, especially the second half of the season. It's almost like a sweep, like a running play, but it's a forward pass.
First and 10 here from the 34-yard line. Got Eric Kobe to the right, but it's a handoff here to Harold Williams. Williams gets absolutely nowhere.
And they load the box on first down. I think we can expect Golden West to start having fake the run and have a running pass. Desert puts 8 or 9 people up in that box on first down. They've done it the last 3 first downs. Good time to fake the run and try to dump one deep.
So actually a good effort from Williams to get back to the line of scrimmage after he faced all the pressure.
Now, this Desert team is a physical team. They're ready to play.
Williams behind Weezer. He'll get the ball again, goes right up the middle, finds a little bit of a hole, gets up to about the 31-yard line.
One of those one-arm tackles. There's some real hitting going on that line of scrimmage. Every play, the Golden West linemen get up, kind of checking to be sure they've got all their body parts.
As Coach Nick Mitchell alluded to, a very big line here for College of the Desert. Bring up third down and about 8 here for the Rustlers. Look like a lot of movement from the College of the Desert. Ball is loose, flag is thrown. Be interesting to see the outcome of this one. Couple of flags thrown,
I believe that was offsides on Desert, and let's hope so. The ball never got up to the quarterback. It looked like the 2 interior defensive linemen jumped off sides. We'll see. Yep, offsides on Desert. Roadrunners dodged a little bullet there. That ball was on the ground. Quarterback Weezer was backing out without it.
It was clearly offsides there from the offensive or the defensive line, but nonetheless.
In the ball game, number 34, Chris Spencer, our favorite fullback, built low to the ground, runs awfully hard, and is a great blocker. Third and short.
Head coach Dean Doty for Desert still yapping at the referee about that last call, but nonetheless brings up 3rd and 3 here for the Rustlers. A little bit easier than 3rd and 8 after that 5-yard penalty. Weezer looks downfield. He's got
double
AC.
Cover, interception.
And he pulls it down. Unbelievable through double coverage. AC Aldonius Colquitt brings the ball down.
I thought the ball was intercepted. I called it interception. Well, there's our man, AC.
My, oh my. I don't know how he came down with that one.
I hope we have a replay on that.
It looked like it came off the hands of the Desert safety.
We'll try and get a look double covered.
Try and get a look at that play after this extra point attempt, but nonetheless, it's 6 points on the board for the Rustlers.
Well, the Rustlers got away with one. They threw into double coverage, which is not necessarily a good idea, and get a touchdown. We'll take a look at it after this extra point.
7:40 left on the clock in first quarter. And some flags thrown here yet again. These officials have been very busy so far this evening.
Golden West motion, that's a 5-yard penalty. With our questionable kicking game, that 5 yards could be crucial.
Faringer, the kicker, now kicking from the 15-yard line. It's low.
Partially blocked. That ball was partially blocked by, it looks like, number 5.
So Christian Faringer.
Let's take a look at that touchdown.
see, Weezer has some time, airs it out to AC. Touched by Desert hands, and somehow AC comes up with the ball.
You better look in the other hand. I think he's going to find a 4-leaf clover. That was a very, very fine reception. That ball could have easily been knocked down or intercepted.
AC's quick hands able to respond to that touch from the Desert defender.
That's one of those catches where we say we're glad he's on the Rustlers team. However, kicking game comes up and bites him again. Missed the extra point. It was partially blocked.
Perringer now 11 for 20 on point afters through the season. Not a stellar record.
No, you normally make them all.
Low kick, bounced and fielded at the 19. Still on his feet, runs around to the outside. Around to the 40, the ball looks loose.
What are we calling? The officials are right there.
And the Desert comes up with it, says the officials.
Well, they were closer than we were.
The Rustler sideline sure looked active. They were trying to persuade the officials, perhaps.
Oh, I'm sure. Coach Mitchell is always discussing those kinds of things with the referees on that sideline. 7 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Golden West 6. Desert coming out.
So Desert offense unable to get very much going here so far in the first quarter. Trailing by 6 after that missed point after. Weezer finally lets it go, but it's going to be brought down for a loss. Christopher Zavala on the reception, if that's what you can call it, brought down behind the 34-yard line. Take another look at this play here, which
he misses the handoff.
Zavala able to bring it down and keep the ball in his possession despite the loss of yardage.
They were fortunate not to lose that one.
High snap. Fortis grounds it and is lots of pressure there from Steven Santana.
When Desert was warming up earlier, as I've alluded to their defensive players being out there, over on the sideline, their 2 long snappers were practicing long snaps. And I thought to myself as they were doing it, there were a lot of erratic snaps. And we've seen a little of that already tonight. That could be a bad omen. That quarterback needs that ball right in his hands, not over his head.
Alex Joven, the center for Desert. Good snap this time to Fortis.
Little draw, nobody there.
Still on his feet. Tucks it in his arm. He's up to the 40-yard line. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. But nonetheless, that's going to be up 4th down and 10.
The Desert quarterback is not going to beat us with his feet. He runs just enough to stay ready to pass, but he's not a great threat as a runner. Pretty good passer. Let's see how this snap goes on this punt formation.
Krasnick, the punter, back for about the 26-yard line. Has some coverage there. The high kick bounces at the 30-yard line and bounces out at the 26. So Ruggles doesn't even get an opportunity to return that one. Doesn't even get an opportunity to touch it. Rustlers will take down over the ball with 6 minutes, 3 seconds, up by 6.
And they start this drive a little bit better field position.
You're watching the Rustler Game of the Week tonight. Desert Roadrunners traveling down to Labard Stadium to take on your Golden West Rustlers. I'm Rob Frecker alongside John McNichols in our final football regular season game. I want to stress final regular season game. We'll be hitting on that point many times tonight. Lots of movement there. My, oh my, from the Desert defense.
The Golden West left guard should get an Academy Award for that performance. He flew backwards. It was like a WWF move. That should be offsides on Desert.
Looked like Kevin Rollins who took the hit. But the ball up to about the 31-yard line. And Again, penalties, a problem for both teams here early on in this contest.
And in game number 10, some of those kind of penalties should be behind you, but they're obviously not. Young men are fired up, ready to play.
Our hands off, goes right up the middle. Dotson on the carry.
It's always better to start your drive 1st and 5.
Pardon me, it wasn't Dotson. It's Robert Cruz. Comes to us from Magnolia High School. He's a freshman, 5'9", 165 pounds.
And both squads are have a good supply of freshmen, but by now those freshmen are sophomores. They're playing their 10th college football game.
Dotson's here on the near side. Clears the first down marker on the 35-yard line, knocked out of bounds at the 36. Or did he clear the first down marker? It'll be awfully close. I guess it'll depend on the spot, and it looks like it'll be just short.
It's right at the chain.
There they go. They're
Looks
gonna
like
move
they're
it.
moving the chain. First down. They really didn't give a definitive signal. They just moved the chain, but it's a 10th game for the officials too. Maybe they're tired.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, we will. We always try to treat the officials nice unless they do bad things.
Weezer, another handoff. Gets absolutely nowhere. That's Robert Cruz on the ball carry again. Maybe the loss of a yard on the play.
Yeah, the Rustlers are going to have to go to throwing on 1st down because the Desert group is lining up 8 or 9 people from end to end, and that's going to be very difficult to run. Although if you break through that, you're in the end zone. There are no other defenders. But play pass on 1st down, I bet we're going to see that pretty soon.
Eric Kobe and AC at the top of your screen there, alongside Austin Dotson. Weezer has those options. It's to Dotson, complete at the 35. Dotson does a couple sprints, gets across the 40-yard line up to about the 44. Be about 2 yards shy of that first down marker.
As long as we mention the officials, which I already have, I will let you know who they are. The back judge is Rod Harris, line judge Mike Parga, field judge Nathan Gilmore, side judge David Reyes, line judge Gary Van Zant, umpire Alfonso Graves, and the head man with a white hat, the referee John Downing.
Gentlemen have been quite busy tonight here, throwing lots of flags. No flags on this play. These are hands off to Cruz.
Doesn't make the first.
I don't think he got very far at all. Maybe up to the 45, gain of about 1. So bring up 4th and 1 here. And it looks like Santana into punt for the Rustlers.
First punt for the Rustlers tonight.
Santana did pull that fake punt.
That's right.
Earlier in the season.
Remember the playbook.
For big gains. But it's a standard punt.
High and wide. The kicking game comes up and bites us again.
So a very short punt, but the Desert coaching staff calling for holding. They were quite vocal about that.
Yeah, the Desert coaches haven't been happy since the kickoff. I think up to the kickoff they felt pretty good, but something happened and they seem to be questioning a lot of things.
The ball on the 44-yard line. Net gain of what, about 10 yards on that punt?
If that, and that's good field position. Hang on to him, there you go.
Brought down in the backfield. Good tackle there from the Golden West defender, Delroy Steele, number 85. Maybe a loss of a yard on the play. Second down and about 11 from the 44-yard, 43.5, call it that. 2:33 left in the first quarter. Your Rustlers still on top, 6-0.
Desert's going to come out throwing, I think, now.
2 wide receivers up top. Fortis shuffles to his right, looks downfield, in and out of the arms. Van Zell Richardson.
He's in that open area right in the middle again. That's kind of a soft spot in the Golden West defense. You got to give up something, and they give up that deep middle. That time they didn't complete it. Third down.
Would have been completed at about the 35-yard line. Would have been a huge gain there for Desert. But instead, it's third long here for the Roadrunners. Four wide receivers here for Fortis.
Double slot on both sides.
Fortis has some time. Looks downfield. Complete. Ball comes loose. And they're going to say it was incomplete.
He was in that deep center area again and open. Catchable ball, but the defender jarred it loose.
Big hit from Ralphie Weezar, the safety. Taking another look at this solid hit. Ball looks complete, but Ralphie Weezar comes out of nowhere, blindsides the receiver, and the ball pops loose. And Desert may be thankful that they called that incomplete instead of a fumble. Another punt. Ruggles calls for a catch at the 25-yard line. He's knocked up again, this time no flag.
Yeah, that was not quite as bad as the other time. He did bump him, but he didn't throw him down. Golden West ball on the 25-yard line.
Exactly 2 minutes on the clock here in the first quarter. Ruggles still hasn't had an opportunity to return any of the kicks.
Quarterback Weezar into the huddle. First down.
Weezar's got three wide receivers and Michael Pierre in the backfield. Andrew Williams in motion. This time it's caught by Williams. Low catch, and he gets it up near the first down marker, up to about the 34-yard line.
And Coach Mitchell is going to keep going to that well until Desert stops it. They've been able to throw that swing pass for 5 to 10 yards. That's the third or fourth time tonight they've done that. That's a pretty effective play. You can jump that with the defender, but then you run the chance of the guy running by you for the end zone.
Quick play here, Michael Pierre on the ball carry.
First down.
He definitely gets the first down, maybe by a yard. Ball's up to the 36-yard line.
Throwing the ball on first down puts Desert at a little bit of a disadvantage because they load that box to stop the run, and they did it effectively on 3 or 4 series. Coach Mitchell retaliates by throwing on first down. Get that 9-yard gain, that's what you want.
Just as you predicted, Mitchell finally pays attention to that defense, starts throwing on first down, and it pays off for the Rustlers there.
They're loading the box again.
High snap over Weezar's head. He's going to have to down it at about the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that was a smart play by the quarterback. Don't take any chances of kicking it around.
And in case he couldn't figure it out, Michael Pierre pretty much tackled his own quarterback to make sure he stayed down. But look, this high snap way over Weezar's head. You can see Pierre says, stay down there, Weezar. Don't even think about standing up. You're just going to get clobbered.
Probably credit that to those defensive linemen who are probably wailing away on that center when he's got his head down to snap that long snap. They've got a defender right on his head. That's the toughest job on the field, being the center in this defense.
Weezar, another low pass, but it's caught at about the 12. Still on his feet. Gets up to about the 18-yard line. Austin Dodson on the reception. So it'll be third and very long. Got to get up to the 46-yard line. They're currently on about the 19. So that'll do it for first quarter action. Let's throw it down to our sideline reporter, Kevin Schreiber. Kevin.
I want to tell you guys about a couple of brothers that play for the Golden West Rustlers, Raymond and Ralphie Weezar from Pacifica High School in Garden Grove. Offensively, Raymond Weezar connected with Aldodius Colquitt for that first touchdown. On the defensive side of the ball, number 25, Ralphie Weezar with that big hit to stop that Roadrunner drive. Glad those brothers decided to come here to play football at Golden West College, the Weezar brothers. Rob, John.
Thank you, Kevin. So the Rustlers sitting on a 6-0 lead after 1 quarter of play. Lots of penalties that we've seen so far today, John.
Yeah, only one major, the or the interference on the fair catch, but a lot of 5-yard penalties, and 5-yard penalties, especially at this time of the year, are usually lack of concentration or being too keyed up. We'd like to think they're too keyed up. The coaches probably think it's lack of concentration. Golden West comes out of the first quarter ahead, 6-0. That's a good sign.
So as you mentioned, Golden West used to scoring late in the game, but getting off to a good start here tonight. An excellent drive and an excellent TD reception from AC. It makes his 6th of the season tonight. And I doubt that's the last we'll hear of AC on this evening.
Let's hope not. He should be around the entire ball game.
Golden West now heading south from Labard Stadium. Weezar with time.
That's
and
dangerous.
And he dropped it.
Thank you very much.
Gary Anderson almost had the pick, but dropped it. Was in for 6 if he had hung on to that one.
See, that's the complementary pass to that little swing pass. You run him out and up. Unfortunately, the Desert defenders were laying back waiting. That ball could have and should have been intercepted.
So mind games coming between coaches here. This first down, Weezar tossed over the head of his intended receiver, looked like Michael Pierre. And it's an end-over-end punt here from Santana. Ball rolls, it's fielded at the 37-yard line.
That was a little bit dangerous on the Desert returner's part. You can fumble that ball very easily.
That was Gary Anderson who just dropped that interception. So didn't trust his hands on the interception, but trusted his hands on the punt.
I would think the coach may talk to him on the sideline about not fielding that ball with 2 people right in your face. Desert continues to get real good field position. That's not a bad place to start your drive from. It looks like they're on about the 37 or 38-yard line. There's some sort of a penalty. We're getting unnecessary roughness on Desert. And they're marking it off after the play. Somebody did something we didn't see.
Bringing it all the way back to the 22-yard line here for Desert.
So much for good field position.
Yet another penalty.
Now that's a 15-yarder. Somebody did something the referee did not appreciate.
So
First down, here we go.
2 wide receivers, 1 on each side. Right up the middle. The ball carry gains about 9 on the play, brings it up to the 31-yard line. Rashid Melvin on the carry. So it's going to stay 2nd down and about 1.
This is a good down to throw the ball deep.
Ford is trying to go deep, but faces pressure and brought down by Delroy Steele on the 22-yard line. Tough pressure there from the Golden West defense. Delroy Steele comes to us from Orlando, Florida. 6'3", 245-pound freshman. That's a good acquisition from head coach Nick Mitchell.
A little bit of confusion in the Desert's offensive huddle, and they get a call for too many men participating in the. There had 12 people in the huddle. That is a penalty. They couldn't decide which one was coming off. The official decides he's not going to penalize them. Desert calls timeout.
So maybe the coaches were paying attention, saw that they had 12 men in the huddle, and called timeout. Well, that's 13:20 left in this first half, and a busy night for the officials, let alone both of these football teams.
They're earning their money tonight, and we tried to pronounce their names all right. And so far, Desert is a lot more unhappy with them than Golden West. And if it stays that way, that's all right.
So as we mentioned, this is the final game of the regular season for the Rustlers. Trying to get bowl eligible. A win tonight would definitely help their cause. A big win tonight would move them up in the rankings. They currently sit number 20 in Southern California. In order to be eligible for a bowl, they may need to move up in those rankings to about 16th. That's where they were last season. They got into that Orange County Bowl.
Yeah, they will have won enough games if they win tonight, but a couple of their opponents' records were not that good, and that affects your standing.
Fortis dodges a tackle, but good blocking there to break up that pass. Calhoun, the intended receiver there, right around the 40-yard line, but double coverage there. Derek Orman and Bernard Williams break up that pass.
Quarterback Charles Fortis from Desert is just mobile enough to make the defense stay honest. I don't think he's going to outrun them. Now there's a spread punt. They'll get good coverage if they can block.
Krasniak.
Golden West has the return on.
Good punter. Ruggles calls for fair catch.
Well kicked.
Again at the 30-yard line, so still unable to show his stuff so far tonight. No return so far from Mr. Ruggles.
Now the Desert punter is doing a nice job of hanging the ball high and getting good coverage. Golden West had a return to the right. You could see their defensive linemen penetrate and then peel off to the right. But a high punt like that, it's hard to get a return. I would think they'd be well served to try to block the punt with those big splits. First down, here we go.
Eric Kobe, the tight end here on the near side, but it's a handoff instead to Harold Williams. Doesn't get very far at all. Maybe a loss of about 1 on the play.
Harold Williams on the run, a loss of 1.
Bring up
First down run is going to be very difficult.
As we've seen so far tonight, getting absolutely nowhere on that first down run. We'll bring up second down and 11. 13 minutes left in the half.
Well, you can't be repetitive. You need to change things up on first and second down. But Desert has been very consistent. They're bringing at least 7, sometimes as many as 9. On second down, they're playing pass defense.
Weezar, lots of time. It's complete to AC. Still on his feet. He's up at the 43-yard line. That'll be good for a first down.
And the Desert defenders are trying to tackle the ball. AC does a very good job of hanging on to it.
West looking to put together a nice little drive here. That their first good drive resulted in a touchdown. But other than that, haven't been able to produce too much offensively. Still up by 6. AC in motion. And it's tossed out to AC. Catches it still on his feet and is finally brought down at about the 40-yard line. We'll have a change in the booth up here. Ralph Reckner will now be joined by Kevin Schreiber. John McNichols will take a little bit of a break. I want to take this opportunity to remind you that the students at Golden West College Digital Media Productions put together these broadcasts. And they do a fantastic job week in, week out. Here's Weezar, lots of time, shuffles to his left, just over the hands of the receiver. Dotson brings it down, still on his feet, knocked down at the 42-yard line of Desert. Big gain there. Weezar just over the hands. And that
Good
pass.
catch and a better run.
We'll take another look at this play. Weezar shuffles to his left here. Almost picked off, or at least broken up, but Dotson does a great job to stay on his feet. We're here on first down. Weezar still on his feet, shuffles to his right, has a little bit of time. Goes down the field. Dotson, the intended receiver, but a good break up there of the play. Kyle Key on that defensive play.
Weezer throws into that double coverage every now and then, and it gives me a little lump in my stomach. I would have liked to have seen him tuck that one away and run for a few yards.
Instead, that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 on the 41-yard line. Big plays here from the receivers with their yards after the catch. Proving big for the Rustlers. Weezer fakes to his right, jumps to his left, goes downfield well over the hands of the intended receiver, Maley.
A little trickery, but it didn't trick anybody on the defensive secondary.
Maley listed at 6'3", needed to be about 7'3" to pick that one up. They'll bring up 3rd down and 10 here for the Rustlers. Just under 11 minutes left in this half.
Big play. They've made this 3rd down a couple times with more than 10 yards.
AC and Kobe on the top. Dotson in motion. Weezer, a little bit of pressure, shuffles to his left. He's going to get taken down. The 49-yard line took a little too long. He had some time. Couldn't find a receiver.
He had an open area out here to his left, but no receiver there.
So that'll be the ball on the 50-yard line, 4th down and 20, or 18 here for the Rustlers.
Santana in the punt. Anderson back to receive for the Roadrunners.
So Santana again, the punter. Oh, it's a nice bounce. Takes the Golden West bounce and down at about the 7-yard line. Good heads-up play by Michael Pierre on that down. So very tough field position here for Desert, starting from their own 7-yard line. 10-13 left in the half. And indeed, I said it earlier, but now I am indeed joined by Kevin Schreiber up in the Jim Carnett press box of Lamar Stadium here on the campus of OCC.
How's it going, Rob? I just came up here from the sidelines, and let me tell you, those College of the Desert Roadrunners, they're not only big men, they got big mouths, as there's all kinds of trash talking going on after the plays towards the Golden West Rustlers.
Maybe it's a good thing that our ambient mic is up here near the press box. We can hear more of the crowd than we can the players. But it's good that we have some sideline reporters that can deliver us the news.
Also a rather nice turnout, I'd like to mention, on both sides of the stadium here. We got pretty good attendance from the Golden West crowd, and a lot of people did make that trip all the way down the 91 from Palm Springs to watch College of the Desert.
So far, the College of the Desert fans haven't had a whole lot to cheer about. No points so far. Not even a foray into the red zone. Fortis from his own end zone finally lets it go. Receiver nearby, but nothing going there for the Roadrunners. Fortis a little bit frustrated there.
Good pressure by the Golden West defense, not only on that play, but I noticed in the whole first quarter, really, Rob, in all 3 phases of this football game. Offensively, obviously that nice touchdown catch by AC. Special teams come up big too for Golden West, and defensively they're still throwing up that shutout.
Good shot there of the Desert Huddle. Starting from their 7-yard line, it's 3rd and 10 here. Fortis, lots of pressure. Ivy thought he had him for the safety, but instead it's another sack. Down, loss of about 3 on the play. So,
yeah, just when Ivy couldn't get him, Chris Fiskus stepped up and made the tackle for the sack. Chris Fiskus, 6 foot, 220 pounds, out of Marina High School. Nice play by the Golden West defense.
Got to cheer for those Marina alums. You got 2 of them talking here in the booth tonight. We're fond of those Vikings.
They're going to be forced to punt from deep in their own end zone. Ruggles back at about the 40 to receive.
Another high punt from Krasniak. Ruggles finally fields it at about the 37. Still on his feet, cuts back to the inside. Still on his feet, cuts to the left. My goodness, what's going to bring him down? Finally It's the big man from College of the Desert, Frank Danuvasa. Didn't look like the quickest guy on the field, but he was the only one that could bring Ruggles down. But still, good field position here for the Rustlers.
And Tanavasa's still moving on the sidelines. He's dancing like that's the first tackle he's ever made.
Let's take another look at this reception here, or this return from Ruggles. Cuts back, breaks a couple tackles, but in comes Tanavasa from nowhere. And puts an end to Ruggles dancing.
Golden West still going to have good field position on the 34-yard line of College of the Desert.
College of the Desert looked like they moved on the line. No flags. Was it a loose ball? There had to be movement on that play from the Roadrunners. Looked like they jumped.
Seems to be a little bit of a discussion between the referee and the umpire. The College of the Desert Roadrunner coach is actually on the field questioning what's going on, as he didn't see a flag and his team came up with the ball. Unfortunately for him, and fortunately for you and me, Golden West is going to retain possession.
Strange play there, but nonetheless, it's a loss for the Rustlers. On the 37-yard line, second down at about 14.
Just over 8 minutes left here in the first half. Golden West with a 6-0 lead.
Coach Doty for Desert. Nonetheless, Dotson on the 30-yard line. Gang tackled. Pickup of about 8.
Weezar to Dotson, and Austin Dotson's become a real reliable receiver here in the second half of this football season.
Dowdy still can't believe this last play. He thought he should have possession for sure. Screaming at the referee who's on the far side of the field. The poor head linesman who's standing right next to him. But it's Golden West who's got 3rd and 5 here. Weezar shakes the tackle, can't shake that second one.
And the offensive line for the Golden West Rustlers is going to have to do a better job than that, especially on a 3rd down play. Weezar, he had a couple of receivers running their routes who appeared to be getting open. Unfortunately, he had no time to do anything with the ball. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and unfortunately, Golden West is going to be forced to punt. That is, Rob, if they elect to punt. We all know about their kicking game, and we all know about Nick Mitchell and his bag of tricks.
It's a tough spot. Its ball's on the 31-yard line. It's far for their field goal kickers, and indeed, Weezar's still on the field. Looks like they're going for it. 4th and 8. Weezar, lots of pressure, and in and out of the hands of Jared Cohen. Don't even know if he was the intended receiver on that one. Looked like he jumped up there with one hand.
Rob, I couldn't agree with you more. Weezar jumped up, maybe thinking that that pass was for him. Little did he know, right behind him, AC was wide open, and I think would have been able to pick up that 1st down. An unfortunate situation and a little bit miscommunication. There you see him getting the tip up on the ball, and there you go, a disappointed Aldodius Colquitt.
Yeah, he was right on the other side of that. It looked like he was the intended receiver, but Jared Cohen looked to bat the ball out of the air. So Desert takes over on downs on their own 31-yard line, 6:46 left in the half. They're still trailing 6-0. So far, AC the only one to put any points on the board tonight.
Yeah, Rob, if College of the Desert wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to go with their man, Jordan Calhoun, as we talked about in the pregame. He really hasn't done anything this game, and as Jordan Calhoun goes, College of the Desert's offense goes, and he's been quiet, and their offense has been quiet. Nice, solid job by the Golden West defense.
It looked like we had delay of game, or was Desert able to call that timeout? There was a flag thrown, and they're going to award the timeout in lieu of the delay of game penalty. So for the second time tonight, Desert just barely calling timeouts. First to avoid too many men in the huddle, and now to avoid a delay of game penalty. So 6:46 left in this half.
Rob, I know Golden West is usually the team to watch in the second half. I've been thinking a little bit as I've been watching this football game, and I think College of the Desert might be one of those second half teams as well as Golden West are, especially with that long 2.5-hour bus ride they took coming here to Orange County to play this football game. They might not have their legs under them quite yet, but look for them in the second half as we usually look for the Golden West team in the second half.
I thought that the 88 points put up by Golden West in fourth quarter so far this season was impressive, but looking at the stats, Desert puts up 91 so far this season in the fourth quarter, so both of these teams operate late in the game. So it could be an interesting finish.
We mentioned it in our opening, Rob. On paper, both these teams are very similar matched, with Golden West slight advantage on defense, but other than that, pretty even football teams.
The Golden West defense has proven very effective, shutting down College of the Desert, but just as I say that, nice carry. About a 9-yard carry, brings it up to the 40-yard line, so bring up second down and short.
Zavala, the ball carrier. Hanson the ball to the 40-yard line, brings up second and 1 for the Roadrunners.
9-yard pickup on the play for the College of the Desert offense is going to bring up a second down and 1 from their own 41-yard line with 6:15 here in this first half.
Pitch here. Maybe a loss of play.
Demetrius Hall McLean took that pitch, trying to bounce out to the right side. Nowhere to go for him. It's going to bring up a third down and 1 as they're unable to pick up that yard and gain that first down. Demetrius Hall McLean normally playing a little bit of backup quarterback for College of the Desert due to his athletic ability, taking that pitch for his offense.
And Hall McLean will stay in on the field on the wide right. Right up the middle, rammed up for the first down, gets up to the 45-yard line. Zavala on the carry.
Nice run by Christopher Zala, 5'9", 180 pounds, able to just jam that ball up the middle and down the throats of the Golden West defense, picking up that first down.
Comes to Desert from Fayetteville, North Carolina. 35 players on the Desert roster are out of state, including 1 from Canada. So lots of recruiting out of state from Dean Dowdy, head coach of College of the Desert. Hand off again, ball's loose, and it's going to be good for 6. Raheem Ivey picks this one up. This will be the easiest touchdown of his career. 6 more for the Rustlers.
Ivy on that touchdown, but you got to give credit to big number 88, Dante Scott, to force that fumble. Solid play by the Golden West defense. Scott forcing the fumble, Ivy on the touchdown, put the points on the board, 12-0 Golden West.
Just as you said, and you alluded to in the pregame, Golden West defense can put up some big stops and a lot of pressure there, bringing down the ball carrier in the backfield, knocking the ball loose, and it was an easy cruise to the end zone, Raheem Ivey.
And you're going to look back at the end of this game at that play right there as what could be the turning point as Golden West looking to go up a 2-touchdown lead rather than College of the Desert having an opportunity to tie the game up. Golden West goes up by 2 scores.
So sitting on a 12-point lead, Weezar is going to stay on the field, go for 2, try and make it an even 14. Weezar shuffles to his right. Still on the field, flags are thrown. Doesn't look like he got into the end zone. Ball is loose. A couple of flags on the play. It'd be interesting to see. And my, oh my, these men in the black and white stripes have been throwing their flags all night long.
Weezar was looking for Aldodius Colquitt in the end zone on that 2-point conversion. Obviously, he was covered. College of the Desert defense caught onto that. The penalties
against the Rustlers is declined.
Going to be against Golden West, so that's going to be declined, and the 2-point conversion is going to be failed. But the bigger thing is Aldodius Colquitt is limping off the field. Not good things for the Golden West Rustlers. Rob, we got John McNichols on the sideline. Let's see if he can get us an update.
So AC hobbling off the field. Didn't look that serious, but the training staff was right on top of him to make sure he was going to be all right. Nonetheless, 12-0 here, 5:01 on the clock. Rustlers putting up 2 scores and 2 failed extra points, and a 2-point conversion for the second round.
That's just really unfortunate for Golden West that Aldodius Colquitt, the man of the past 2 games, as he's got that big touchdown tonight that gave them that early lead. Not to mention the 3 he had last week, Rob. Let's hope AC is doing okay.
So Raheem Ivey, that's his 3rd interception of the season. His first touchdown. Orozco with a kick. Bounces at the 20-yard line. Picked up big hits at the 34-yard line. Looked like Christian Ross with the hit. Pardon me. Ronald Pierre with the hit.
Vanzel Richardson on that return. Just as he was able to gain some speed, he was stopped in his tracks. And unfortunately, the second straight play, we have another injured Golden West wrestler. There you look at number 37 for Golden West down on the field. That's defensive back Kyle Birdsong.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back for the last 5 minutes of the half, just after this.
Every day, California goes to work. And thanks to its system of more than 100 community colleges all across the state, every day, California becomes a better place to live. California Community Colleges, the way California works.
It just gets better and better.
And we're back. Kyle Birdsong makes his way off the field. Good to see. He was able to walk off. And it looks like our John McNichol's already over there trying to figure out what's going on with these two injuries. We'll try and bring you that report as soon as possible, but nonetheless, it's Roadrunner ball on the 36-yard line. Fortis, quick toss here to the near side, complete at the 32-yard line, gets past the line of scrimmage, brought down, out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
6'1", Kyle McGowan on the reception, 185-pound sophomore, right there in the Palm Desert area, choosing to stay local and play at College of the Desert.
43-yard line for College of the Desert.
Pickup of 7 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 with the clock ticking, 4:45 left in the first half.
Rustlers would love to enter this halftime trailing 12-0. Fortis lots of time. Ball's in and out of the hands. Receiver number 4, Kyle McGowan, yet again.
Complete pass brings up 3rd.
McGowan unable to make that reception. And Rob, I'm starting to question why they haven't gone to their man who has 9 touchdowns on the season, Jordan Calhoun. Haven't heard you guys call him in the first quarter, and I haven't mentioned his name here in the second quarter. I don't know why. Maybe they're saving him for the second half, but he's been playing. He's on the field. Maybe it's just great defensive coverage, and he's been unable to get open as Bernard Williams is the man playing him.
Calhoun is on this near side. And just as you said, it's in and out of the hands of Calhoun. So perhaps Desert heard you up there, Kevin Schreiber, and went right to him, but unfortunately Calhoun unable to bring that ball down. It's going to bring up 4th down here for Desert.
And Charles Fortis trying to pick up that first down, going to his main man, Mr. Calhoun. Fortunately, Mr. Williams was solid on that coverage. Calhoun unable to come down with it. It's going to bring up 4th down and 3. College of the Desert going to be forced to punt. Number 20 down the field for the Rustlers. Donnie Ruggles looking to field.
Krasniewski, high kick. Ruggles, fair catch right on the 20-yard line. Kevin, one of the stranger punt formations I've ever seen, with 3 guys lined up right in front of the punter, trying to make sure that nobody gets to him.
And Harold Williams was right at him right as he let that kick go. He kind of eased up at the last second, not wanting to get a roughing the kicker penalty. Rob, my question to you on special team is Donnie Ruggles. We can call him Mr. Fair Catch. He doesn't seem to like to return these punts. Most of the time, Golden West has pretty decent coverage where you think he might want to bring one back. And so far in the past 2 games, I've seen him attempt 1 punt return.
Yeah, 1, maybe 2, and both times he's gone, as we like to say, east-west instead of north and south. But nonetheless, block, throw. My goodness. Weezar gets the ball stuffed right back in his face. Looking downfield. AC is back on the field, the intended receiver. So that's good news that AC is back on the field, but let's take another look at this blocked pass. We got the tail end of that one.
And Weezer looking for AC. Sorry there, Rob. Weezer looking for AC, but unfortunately the defensive lineman came in at 6'7", 280 pounds. Trenton Almung Wilder, 6'7", going to knock down some balls for sure.
Weezer this time. Hand off to Pierre.
Pierre, the ball carrier. He has 7 on the play.
So brings up 3rd down and short, maybe about 3 on the play. Or 3rd down and 3. Just under 4 minutes left in the half.
Nice 7-yard pickup by Pierre on that play. He's been pretty solid coming out of that backfield for Golden West, not only in this game, but throughout the season.
Try and bring you an update on the injuries right after this play, but meanwhile, AC is in motion. Weezar with a quick pass, a little out of the grasp of Aldodius Colquitt. Let's send it down to John McNichol.
Brings up 4th and 3.
The injury report for Golden West is very good. AC number 2 back on the field, and number 37, Kyle Birdsong, ready to play. Both young men chipped up a little bit. Not bad enough to stay out of this ball game. Very important that they be on the field.
Thank you, John, for the update. Nice to have a sideline reporter that's in touch with all of the injuries. And 4th down here. Santana back to punt. He's on his own 15-yard line. He's got a style all his own. Taken at the 40-yard line. Still brought down. Gary Anderson had hold of his jersey there. He's trying to bring him down. One of the strangest tackles you'll see, but Steven Santana with a unique punting style, if we can say that.
Low line drive style of a kick right there.
Take another look. Let us see Santana, punter. Well, that's the play before that Aldodius Colquitt missed. He may be back on the field, but didn't look that sharp to me in that play. Not the athletic AC that we saw bring down that first touchdown early in the first quarter.
Well, he's back in the game, but he may be favoring that injured leg that he has.
Fortis keeps that one, gains a couple on the play, brings it up to about the 42. The 43, so up 2nd down and 7.
And that was a real quick offensive possession for the Golden West Rustlers. Maybe not putting up points on the board, but you'd like to see them maybe pick up a 1st down or 2 to give their defense a little bit of rest.
Instead, it was excellent field position here for Desert. Fortis goes downfield. It's caught at the 46-yard line. Nice catch there from Justin Smith.
Nice big target, 6 foot. Nice reception as Justin Smith made that catch, and he's going to move the chains for College of the Desert. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the first half as they trail by 12.
Desert not taking much time here in between plays, trying to get some points on the board here in the first half. Nice run right up the middle, Rashid Melvin. Fullback looks like he may have got another 1st down.
And Melvin, 220 pounds, but yet he can still move. He went pretty much untouched until he was tackled. Going to move the chains again. 1st and 10 for College of the Desert.
They're on the 36-yard line now, marching down the field, although it did have excellent field position to start this drive.
And this is a huge drive for College of the Desert, as it is for the Golden West defense, as College of the Desert tries to put some points on the board before the half.
Fortis looks downfield, late flags. It'll look like pass interference, but again, the ball looked like it was non-catchable. It's a tough call there against the Rustler secondary.
Vanzel Richardson looked to beat his man, Donnie Ruggles, and Donnie Ruggles tried to gain some of that ground by tugging on the back of the jersey of Vanzel Richardson. Unfortunate, it's going to be the 2nd pass interference call against Golden West in this first half. And it's going to move the chains again. Another 1st down for the Roadrunners. Not what you want to see here, as Golden West defense have played solid throughout the first half. Just over 2 minutes left. You don't want to see them take any stupid penalties and give College of the Desert some easy points going into halftime.
Ball on the 21-yard line. This is the closest the Desert has come to the red zone. Four wide receivers here for Fortis. Fortis is tossed to Melvin. Melvin crosses the 20. Maybe down at the 18-yard line.
Nice solid defense by Ralphie Huizar, the man who had that big hit in the first quarter, able to come up with that tackle. Melvin only to pick up 3 on that play. It's going to bring 2nd down and 7. The clock winding down, under 2 minutes left in the first half as College of the Desert tries to get on the board.
Again, 4 wide receivers here for Fortis. Nice toss right over the off defensive line. There's a late flag. May have been a horse collar tackle there. Golden West.
And that's the first catch of the night for Jordan Calhoun, the top receiver in this Eastern Conference. Looked like he was brought down by maybe a face mask or a horse collar. As you said, Rob, we're going to have to wait and see what the call is.
My, oh my. They're calling that against Desert.
Looks like that's going to be a chop block, which is very illegal, and it's going to move the ball backwards. So just when College of the Desert seemed to be clicking on offense and things looked rolling, it's a big personal foul. It's going to bring the ball back all the way to the 31, almost the 32-yard line.
Wow. That's an interesting call there. Certainly looked like the Golden West player had him around his arm around his neck and brought him down, but they called chop block against Desert, so we'll take it from the 31-yard line. Lots of confusion here. Dean Doty, the asking the referee.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a second down and long, 20 to be exact. 1:44 left in the first half. Golden West defense still throwing up that shutout. Let's see if they can not take any more penalties and keep the Roadrunners off the board.
There's some flags there thrown, and play is whistled dead. It looks like this one will go against Desert yet again. So with a minute 35, Desert heading the wrong way. They were on about the 15-yard line. Now they're back to the 31. Moving back now to the 36. So going the wrong way. It's College of the Desert right now. Second down, and I can't even count that high right now.
It's going to be a false start on the offense, and the refs are hearing it from the crowd over here on the near sideline. Rob, right below us, as you know, we have the College of the Desert fans, and they're not happy with that call. They're probably not happy with the previous call, as you and I both saw that horse collar tackle, and a very vocal crowd here on the sidelines.
So it's second down and 26. The officials here conferring.
That's very unfortunate for College of the Desert, whose offense just to seem like they were getting things together, and we're going to maybe be able to put up some points on the board and get back in this football game. Unfortunately, that doesn't look like the case for them. Very fortunate for the Golden West defense, as they may have dodged the bullet.
So after all that conferring, the referees just get play started. All right, minute 30 left in the half. Desert still trailing by 12. Fortis from shotgun. He got some pressure. He's going to lob it over the top. Complete to Melvin. Melvin still on his feet, gets up to the 21-yard line. So back around the original line of scrimmage will bring up third down and 10. Clock rolling. We're at 1 minute left in the half.
Nice catch by Rasheed Melvin, and what was nicer than the catch was the yards he was able to pick up after the catch. Rob, let's take another look.
Melvin Fortis from shotgun finds Melvin right over the top of the offensive line. It's cut at the 35. We're back to live action here. Fortis is sacked. Loss of about 3 on the play. So a couple players there from Golden West in on that sack.
Big sack for Golden West right after a nice pickup from College of the Desert. Dante Scott and Delray Steele combining on that sack. 39 seconds left here in the first half. It's going to bring up a third down and 10 for College of the Desert.
So Daddy looks like he calls timeout here, has a discussion with the officials. There's quite a few calls that he is not very happy with, and he's letting the officials know about that.
And as you get a good look at him talking to the officials on the sidelines, it looked like he may be trying to teach the officials a lesson or two, maybe a couple of rules that they don't know, as he's pointing over to the sidelines to some of the other referees, maybe a little bit of discrepancy in the calls between one ref and another. And he does not look like a happy camper.
The officials just seem to be chatting it up with him. So 39 seconds. Desert was on the tough end of some calls there from the officials. They looked like they were knocking on the door, but instead it's third down and 10 from the 23-yard line.
And he's still going at it. It's only a matter of time before he gets a penalty as he keeps gesturing with his hands right in the official's face, seems to be arguing not one but several calls, and it looks like he's telling the officials how to do their job. Fortunately for the officials, his timeout is over and up, and that's all they have to hear from him.
And that is all the College of the Desert spent their time out to do, was to discuss with the officials.
The Golden West defense lined up and ready to play. College of the Desert still over there on the side of their field, maybe at their coach's orders. They're still huddled up as their timeout is over. I don't know when the play clock's going to start, but the ref has blown his whistle and the play clock has started. They're not even lined up on the field and the play clock's under 20, Rob.
An interesting strategy there. I'm Coach Dowdy. I want to get points on the board. That's my first priority. Maybe take some time.
More confusion down on the field as another whistle's blown. This looks like it's going to be an official's timeout.
Yeah, the down marker on the field says 4th down, but it should only be 3rd down here. And Dowdy picked that one up, so I believe it should be only 3rd down. The scoreboard says 3rd down. It was 3rd down before the timeout.
A little bit of confusion going on, as you mentioned, Rob. That whole timeout was spent not with his team, but rather with the referees discussing some calls and some non-calls made by the officials against his College of the Desert Roadrunner football team. Golden West all lined up, ready to play. Not the same case for the Roadrunners.
Golden West has been lined up now for a couple minutes, and they're going to carry on at 4th down. So here we go.
4th and 11 from the 25.
Strange
Rob,
series here for Desert. Nice trick play. Melby will go in for 6. Oh, my.
And after all those distractions, the College of the Desert Roadrunners come out and come up with something big. Only the second completion to Jordan Calhoun, their #1 receiver of the night. And he had nowhere to go, and he had his man coming, Rashid Melvin, who was able to take that pitch and take it in the end zone and pick up 6.
So in to put the extra point, Nathan Krasianski. It's up, it's got leg, and it's good.
Nice play out of the bag of the tricks of the College of the Desert Roadrunners. And I can almost guarantee you Nick Mitchell in the second half will reach into his own bag of tricks. Let's take another look.
Nice toss from Calhoun to Melvin. Melvin had that whole channel on the far side all to himself. Gets a touchdown. Cuts that lead down to 5 with 32 seconds left in this first half.
You mentioned that cuts the lead down to 5, Rob. That extra point was good. 12-7, 32 seconds left here in the first half. Nice offensive, little bit trickery play from the College of the Desert Roadrunners. Do you think Nick Mitchell will have his own answer for that in the second half?
He certainly will, and I got to imagine, as frustrated as Dean Dowdy was, head coach at Desert, with the officials, I bet Coach Mitchell is even more frustrated. After all those distractions, they go out, they've been lined up on the field for more than 3 minutes of real time, and they're just a little disoriented, I suppose, on that play.
After all that nonsense with the timeout, the arguing with the officials, and then the officials' timeout, the Golden West defense lined up to go the whole time, kind of caught a little bit off guard by that play.
Expecting just your average play, but never should expect an average play late in the game or late in the half. This time fielded by not Danny Ruggles, but Josh Leah. He's on his feet, gets up to about the 33-yard line, and is brought down. It's the first time we've heard some positive cheers here from the Desert fans. And with 25 seconds left, Ray Weezer and company will get 1, maybe 2 opportunities to head downfield. We know that their kicking game isn't that great, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of plays Nick Mitchell's going to call here late in the half.
And with 25 seconds left in the first half, I think it's a little bit too much time for Nick Mitchell just to take a knee and go into the locker room with a 5-point lead. 5 points not enough, and I think the Golden West offense is going to come out gunning, as he does have AC on the field, but this time he's in the backfield, and I may be wrong, as it looks like they might be lined up to go ahead and take that knee. More nonsense seems to be going on the College of the Desert sidelines, which seems to be the holdup yet again for the third time in the last couple minutes, Rob.
And I'm speechless. I can't figure out what's going on now, but lots of coaches are yelling. The officials are just watching.
And there seems to be something going on at the sideline right near the first down marker that we can't exactly see, which is blocked by the big players standing on the sidelines.
A strange end to this first half here.
And there was a College of the Desert player down who was unable to get up, who's now up, walking with a limp. Why a College of the Desert player on the sidelines would delay the start of what's going on the field, I have no idea.
Number 12, Raymond Durant, is the player. Looked like he practically collapsed over on this sideline here. And you know, I think this is a smart play. End this half.
After all the chaos and nonsense that was happening in that first half, Nick Mitchell decides to take a knee and go into the half with a 5-point lead. Golden West Rustlers 12, College of the Desert 7. Let's go down to the sidelines with John McNichols.
Victor, what do you think about that first half?
Well, John, we saw a lot of back and forth. We saw a lot of punting by Desert. I really think Desert should at least be tied in this first half. Field goal issue is still a problem for Coach Nick Mitchell and Golden West College. There shouldn't be a reason why they're down, or why they're only up 12-7, John.
Well, then Golden West scores on a very good catch in the end zone, double coverage, then blocks and intercepts the ball and puts it in the end zone. And then Desert comes back with one of the oldest plays in the trick book, the old hook and ladder. I ran that play when I was playing junior high school football so long ago, I forget the date. We'll see what happens in the second half. Historically, both of these teams have played very well in the third and fourth quarters. Let's see what happens tonight.
All right, so 12-7 after an unorthodox end to that first half. Both teams going to head to the locker room. We've said it in pregame. Coach Nick Mitchell loves to make adjustments at halftime, and we usually see a different Golden West team. Not a lot to criticize against the Rustlers, however, but nonetheless, we'll take a break. We'll be back with second half action right after these messages. Stay tuned.
No matter where you live, life in the ocean depends on you. Do your part to help protect it. Recycle and dispose of your trash properly. To learn what you can do, go to keepoceansclean.org.
Check it out, Dave.
What do you got there, Dave?
Looks like someone's thunder thighs.
They must have lost them playing in the snow with their kids. Let's get back to work.
Welcome back to Labard Stadium in beautiful Orange County, California. It's the Eastern Conference Game of the Week between your Golden West Rustlers and the College of the Desert Roadrunners. Let's go down to our own Rob Frecker on the sidelines.
Welcome back for second half action, just about to get underway. As I mentioned earlier, College of the Desert fields a very large lineup, but one of the numbers you won't see the players wearing is number 25. It belonged to Harry Adams back in the 87-88 season. He roomed with head coach Dean Dowdy. At the time, Harry Adams was an up-and-coming football player, but one night he confronted an older gentleman who was having an altercation with a young lady. The gentleman pulled a gun and shot Harry Adams, killing him dead. Dean Dowdy remembers this. I had a chance to talk to him about it before the game, and they've since retired number 25 in memory of Harry Adams. It's a nice tribute to a brave young man. Let's send it back up to the booth for second half action.
And thank you for that information, Rob. That's a sad story. Unfortunate for the unfortunate for the College of the Desert to have a player go down like that. Victor, what do you think?
Well, I think it's very nice and genuine of them to at least do that for him in his memory and keep that in mind.
You can bet they take that into consideration every game before the locker room, considering their head coach was a friend of that player, number 25. And you can sure the coach dedicates most, if not all, the football games to his fallen friend.
I'm sure that 2-5 is posted somewhere in their locker room at home.
We're going to start this second half. Golden West with a 12-7 lead over the visitors, the College of the Desert Roadrunners. Victor, you were down there on the sidelines that last quarter. Can you tell me a little bit about what you noticed in that second quarter?
Well, like I mentioned at the halftime report, I saw a lot of drop balls from Desert. I really felt like Golden West capitalized on Desert's mistakes. So I really look for this half to balance out, at least see a little more from both sides. So it should be an exciting half, Kev.
I'm looking forward to it. Number 87, Mark Morocco on the kickoff. It's going to be a short one, and it's going to be fielded by the Golden West Rustlers. And they bobble it a little bit. Finally picked up by number 5 for Golden West, Andrew Williams. He's still on his feet. Finally brought down at about his 17-yard line, and a little bit of extracurricular activity as he's thrown down yet again by a Roadrunner player.
And a short kick there, and it looks like the ball's just coming off a lot of players' hands. And maybe this cold, this certainly is one of the coldest nights we've felt so far in this early winter. So expect a little more of that.
Golden West is going to start this first drive of the second half from their own 19-yard line. A familiar formation as Weezar's under center, lined up in the I formation with Spencer behind him. Weezar's going to take the snap, and the handoff's going to be faked to Williams, and Weezar's still on his feet after avoiding a sack, and he's going to let one go. Caught by the tight end at about the 27-yard line. Nice reception by number 85 for the Golden West Rustlers.
Great job there by the quarterback, just getting away from that pressure, that 34 defense coming at him on that edge, and he's able to break that 34 defense nicely.
I believe that was number 89, Dana Maley, on that reception. It's going to bring up second down for Weezar and the Rustlers. And the flag's thrown before that ball was ever snapped by Weezar.
An early flag again, Kevin. We've seen plenty of flags in the first half, and here we go again.
It's going to be a false start on offense, and it's going to move the ball back. Still second down. Going to be second down and 6 as we take a look at the first half stats. Golden West with the slide edge and first down conversions, 8-6. Big difference in the passing game as Golden West put up a big 153 yards, holding College of the Desert to a mere 70 yards. Both teams struggling on the run, both teams under 40 yards. And we're going to go back to the live action as Weezar takes a snap, and he's looking to throw the ball, and he airs one out to the far sidelines. Colquitt, and he's hit as he made the catch. Unable to hang on to it, and it's going to be incomplete catch. Nice, solid defense. Victor, what'd you see?
Well, what I saw was a little man-man coverage on the outside. What I saw Weezar doing in the first half was just releasing the ball too quickly. I believe maybe Coach Nick Mitchell should talk to him and maybe try a pump fake because he can get those safeties to bite, and I believe he'll have something deep downfield.
It's going to be 3rd and 6 for Weezar and the Rustler offense. He's got no one with him in the backfield. He's in the gun as he takes a snap, and obviously he's looking to throw the ball. This time over the middle of the field and just overthrows number 82, Eric Kobe. Went up, unable to come down with it. He had running room too. Unfortunate pass was just a little bit too high for him. It's going to bring up a 4th down for Golden West.
Just a little too eager there. Perhaps sit back in the pocket a little bit longer. The pressure wasn't quite there from Desert.
And unfortunately, it was a quick offensive drive for the Golden West Rustlers as they're going to be forced to punt. The punt's up, and it's one of the better punts we've seen from the Golden West offense all night, and it's going to be unplayable, and the Golden West Rustlers are going to field it at about the 27-yard line of Desert.
That's a generous roll for them. Usually they have short punts, so they'll take that, Kev.
Just over 13 minutes left here in this third quarter. Golden West still with just a 5-point lead. As you see the sidelines, Nick Mitchell trying to get his troops going as they come out for the second half. Usually the Golden West Rustlers are a dominant second half team. They have found themselves a match here in College of the Desert who are just as good in the second half. Let's watch the end of this game and see what happens. Fortis takes the snap. He's going to dish the ball to the right side to his running back. He has got absolutely nowhere to go. He's going to be tackled at about the 25-yard line.
Kevin, Desert's offensive line is massive, especially on that right side, and I'm sure they're going to try to establish something to that right side away from Dante Scott, number 88, who had a very good first half.
And I couldn't agree with you more, Victor. Dante Scott's been pretty solid for the Golden West defense all night. It's going to bring second down and 12 for Charles Forte and the offense. As he drops back to pass, he's going to the near sidelines. The catch is made only a yard or two, picked up on the play before the nice big tackle by number 33 for the Golden West defense.
And on that last drive, sure enough, the defensive coordinator actually brought Dante Scott over to the left side of the weak side, recognizing that maybe Desert will keep on trying to run stuff to the outside, whether it's a play action or a run.
John Graves on that tackle for the Rustlers. He's 5'10", 211 pounds, straight out of Compton, California. Handoff once again up the middle. Number 26 picking up some yards on the play. Fortunately for Golden West, it's not going to be enough for the first down.
And you know, we saw that big Bell game last week against OCC, and to me it looks like Golden West as defensive line's really establishing something. They're getting better as the year ends, and that's a good sign and good positive thing to see for next season.
That's going to bring up a 4th and 4, and the College of the Desert Roadrunners are going to be forced to punt. Mark Morocco back to kick. Donnie Ruggles deep for the Rustlers, ready to field this ball. And once again, he signals for a fair catch.
Plenty of fair catches like you've mentioned earlier. And I agree, eventually they're going to have to start setting a wedge on that side and try to get something going. They need better field positioning as this punter is excellent.
Well, Vic, maybe if Donnie Ruggles doesn't want to run one back, look for Nick Mitchell. Maybe you think he might want to put a receiver in the backfield, somebody with some speed who's not afraid to run the ball back.
Well, absolutely. I mean, sometimes who knows, the player is told one thing by the coach, and to stay on the field he has to do what the coach says, so who knows what that might be. We may ask him later.
Wazar under center in the I formation. Quick out to Colquitt. Not that great of a pass. Colquitt unable to make the catch. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
And as we see, Nick Mitchell loves to go to those quick passes on the outside, but I think as the game starts to narrow down, eventually he's going to have to start going down the middle, even though it is a little risky.
Just over 11 minutes left in the third quarter. We haven't really seen that explosive outcome from the dressing room at halftime that Golden West usually likes to start with to start their second halves. Let's see if they can get things going as it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Wazar under center, one man in the backfield, Williams. Wazar rolls out to the right side, looking to pass the ball, caught by Colquitt. He's up to the 35 before he's out of bounds, and I think he has enough for the first down.
And that's a great job there by the offensive line, just holding on their quick bootleg to the right side. Wazar able to complete that pass.
Wazar to AC Colquitt, number 2. That's not the first time we've heard that tonight, certainly not the last time. It's going to move the chains for the Rustlers. The clock ticking, over 11 minutes left here in the third quarter. Golden West 12, Desert 7. Wazar in the center in the I formation. Williams in motion in the outfield. Williams going to make the catch on the near sidelines. He shakes one man. A flag is thrown before he's tackled, and he's finally brought down at about the 37-yard line, and we're going to have to take a look, Vic, and see what this flag's all about.
And that tackle was made by number 3, Gary Anderson, out of Carson, California.
Andrew Williams on that reception. Unfortunately, it's going to be brought back as the penalty is going to be against the Golden West Rustlers. I think it's going to be a hold on the Golden West Rustlers, Vic, as the refs still discuss it amongst themselves.
Yeah, definitely when you're trying to quick passes to the outside, those linemen sometimes tend to grab a little longer than they should, and then the refs just catch them on that. So the ball moved a bit backwards for the Golden West Rustler offense, unable to do much so far here in the second half. It's going to bring up a 1st and long, 20 to be exact, as Wazar is going to line up. He's in the shotgun formation with 5 men wide out, 3 up top, and men jumping all over the place. Everyone jumped. The receiver took off. The defensive line took off. So we'll see what the call is on that. Waiting for the ref signals here to see if this penalty's on Golden West or if it's on Desert. And it's going to be a false start on the offense. Yet another unnecessary penalty by the Golden West offense, and they're just digging themselves a deeper hole. Well, the receiver just got a little too excited. I could see what he was thinking there as the coverage started to tighten up a little. He started to see that single safety in the deep come down just a bit as he is now. 1st down and 25. Weezar. Quick outlet pass to Williams, who catches the ball at the 20. He's still on his feet to the 25, finally brought down at the 26-yard line. College of the Desert coming up with that ball, but they're going to rule that he was down before the ball popped free.
Bring up 2nd and 18 for Golden West.
So, Victor, what do you think the problem is here in the second half? Why aren't the Rustlers able to get things going as they'd like to on their offensive side of the football? Well, they're staying a little conservative. They're still going to those quick outs as we mentioned earlier. Wazar takes the snap, hands the ball off to Williams, who runs the ball up the middle. He's to the 30, brought down around the 31-yard line. Able to pick up a few on the play, but not much. College of the Desert showing a couple of zone schemes, a couple of 34 zone defenses, and in order to break those type of zones, you either have to have good comeback routes and try stuff to the middle. It's very risky, but I see how Nick Mitchell wants to control this half to start. I think he'll get a little more aggressive if he didn't have the lead. And as we've noticed so far, as we take a look at this play, Wazar under center, he drops back to pass. He's looking, he can't find Colquitt, and he has to scramble as he's running to the right sidelines. He looks like he's going to take himself, and he throws an interception. Wazar, when he was running out of room and had no time, decided just to loft one in the air, and unfortunately for him, right to a white jersey, and that's going to be the first turnover of the game by either team. Unfortunately, it was by the Rustlers as Wazar throws the interception. Victor, let's go ahead and take another look. Maybe you can tell me what you saw.
Pass intercepted by Dobie.
You just see the defensive back just sitting there with a lot of pressure coming upfield, and he throws it away right to number 16, that being Kerry Robbie out of Brother Martin, Nola, Louisiana. And that was 3rd down anyways, and I don't think that would have been enough to pick up the 1st down. But unfortunately, the College of the Desert Roadrunners are going to have great field position to start this drive. They're on the Golden West 40, trailing by 5, 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter as they take the snap and they run the ball to the right side. The ball's loose, picked up by Golden West, and that's a nice big fumble recovery by number 88, who forced a fumble earlier. Dante Scott, defensive lineman, solid all night long. Give it up for Dante Scott and the Golden West Rustler defense. Dante Scott with the recovery, Kevin, but a great contribution there by Ianu Sese, who actually made that hit in order for the ball to come loose there. Dante Scott, solid play all night. Forced the fumble earlier when Golden West scored that defensive touchdown. Here's Wazar. He hands off.
The ball's to the 45, to the 50, able to bounce outside to about the 47 before he's finally pushed out of bounds. And that man was Ralphie Wazar.
The ball carrier bringing the ball across midfield into Roadrunner territory at the 48.
And Michael Pierre, with that nice little run to the outside, just finds a hole, very patient, follows his offensive line, and picks up that nice gain.
Yeah, my mistake. That was Michael Pierre. I read the number wrong from up here. Either way you look at it, it's going to be 2nd down and 1 for Wazar and the Golden West offense. He has Spencer in the backfield. He's going to hand the ball off to Pierre again, and Pierre's going to stay on his feet and drive his way to the 39-yard line and pick up a Rustler. 1st down.
Unit hit on the play for Pierre. That'll be good enough for a Rustler. 1st down.
Michael Pierre finally got his legs going, and this is the Rustler team that we're used to seeing in the second half, Victor.
Yeah, they're establishing the run now. They're not going to those quick out routes, so we'll see where Nick Mitchell goes here.
Wazar to Pierre again. He drives up the middle, able to pick up some more yards on the play as he bounces to about the 35, 34-yard line. And the running game's finally starting to click for Nick Mitchell and the Golden West offense.
A nice block there by Chris Ross, the offensive tackle on that right side, creating that hole.
Wazar under center. The snap is fumbled, but flags are flying, and we're going to have to see what the call is. There you get a good look of the officials. A little bit of discussion going on. And there's been plenty of penalties all night long. This one's going to be another false start against the Rustler offense. Not that big of a deal. 5-yard penalty. They're still in Roadrunner territory. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 11 from the 42-yard line. Golden West 12, College of the Desert 7. 7 minutes, 20 seconds left, 3rd quarter. Wazar under center, takes a snap, and he's looking to throw the ball. Nice little short pass, caught by number 89, and he's still on his feet to the 25, to the 20, to about the 17, and that's a nice catch by number 89, Dana Maley, with his 2nd reception of the half. Move those chains, 1st down, Golden West.
And I like Maley there, reading the zone. I think his route should have been a little bit longer, but he's able to make a nice catch and go upfield.
And let's take another look. Here we got Wazar taking the snap, and he's just looking right up the middle. Maley on the nice reception, and he's able to pick up not 5, not 10, but about 12 to 13 yards. Here's Wazar again. This time they run the ball, and it's Pierre to the outside, stays on his feet. He's inside the 10, he's inside the 5, to about the 2-yard line before he's finally tackled. And there you get a good look at Michael Pierre, and he's pumped.
17-yard play for Pierre.
Michael Pierre really finding some nice holes. He's very patient, and it doesn't look like he's actually finding holes, but the guy has just got amazing speed and is just able to shoot up those gaps.
Dana Maley and Michael Pierre, and Wazar dropped the snap, and let's hope that the Golden West Rustlers were able to come up with that ball, as there's a big dog pile right around the goal line. We have to see who comes out with it, and this is not good.
And I think on that play call, they were just trying to get them off. They were just trying to get them a little confused. They looked like College of the Desert wasn't so ready, so Nick Mitchell with his trick plays, just trying to catch him off guard there, Kevin.
And between Dana Maley and Michael Pierre, this has been a solid drive for the Golden West offense. It's going to bring up 2nd down and goal. Wazar under center, and he drops the snap again. Wazar picks it up as he rolls to the outside. He's trying to find a man in the end zone, and the ball's caught and then dropped by number 82, Eric Kobe, unable to hang on to it.
Tough play. I don't like Wazar's decision there. There's double coverage there, and he's still forcing the play. It kind of reminds me of the play we had down here near the 30-yard line. And if you remember the first half, they also had a possible pick where the College of the Desert dropped an easy pick 6 they had. So College of the Desert not capitalizing on some of these mistakes Wazar's making here in the second half.
And unfortunately for the Golden West Rustlers, they're going to have their 3rd injury of the game, as there you get a good look at Jake McDowell, a 6'5", 280-pound
offensive lineman from Los Alamitos, who's slow to get up. Fortunately for him, the Golden West training crew's out on the field tending to what looks like to be his right knee. And he's back on his feet, which is always a good thing to see. He's going to be slow getting off the field. And he doesn't want to come off the field as he's talking to the trainer, but he's going to make him come out at least for this down. So an injury timeout has stopped the clock here. 5:37 left in the third quarter. 3rd down and 2. Victor, a couple of sloppy snaps from the Golden West center to Huizar. When you got a possession on the goal line, you got to make sure small things like that don't happen. As Huizar lines up, this time he fakes a handoff to Spencer. And let's see if Pierre is able to break that plane and get in. Still waiting for the signal from the referee as it's going to be close.
I think it may be a little short, Kevin, but we'll see what the refs say.
Still waiting for a signal from the refs, and they're going to be just short, as it looks like it's going to bring up a 4th down and 1 from the half-yard line for the Golden West offense, and Nick Mitchell's leaving his troops on the field.
I look for a quick pitch to the outside here.
College of the Desert sidelines are pumped. Huizar under center, takes a snap, and he's going to fake the handoff to Pierre and take it himself. Touchdown, Raymond Huizar, as he walks across the goal line untouched. Put another 6 up for the Rustlers, 18-7.
And a great job there by Huizar recognizing the coverage. He saw the DB dropping back with the receiver. He just said, hey, I got this clear path. I'm walking it in.
Nice play calling by Nick Mitchell. Let's go ahead and take a look at this extra point attempt from Golden West. They failed on their first 2. One of them was a missed kick that was actually blocked, and the other one was a missed 2-point conversion. This time the kick is up, and it's good. As the Golden West Rustlers increase their lead, 19-7, a 12-point lead. Let's go ahead and take another look at that Raymond Huizar touchdown. Here we're going to see Huizar take the snap. He's going to fake the handoff to Pierre, roll out to the right side, and walk in untouched. And you got to give credit. The College of the Desert defense was probably looking at the man of the third quarter, Michael Pierre, who's done most of the damage. All attention goes to Pierre, and Huizar walks in.
Very true. They were looking at Pierre. They were also looking at those little quick out routes that Nick Mitchell has been showing all game long. And when Nick Mitchell does that, that tends to mess with your mind, especially when you get that close to the goal line. Let's give our credit to our kicker, Christian Feringer, out of Long Beach, California, on that kick, as we take any kicks we can get as extra points.
And Jesus Orozco lined up on the kickoff for the Golden West Rustlers on their special teams. He's going to let this one go, and it's going to be a short kick, only to about the 37-yard line, and it's going to be fielded. And he's got a man. He's wide open. He's to the 30, to the 20. Only one man to beat. That's Donnie Ruggles. Ruggles slowed him down enough to be tackled finally by number 79, Chris Ross. But what a return by number 17, Vonzel Richardson. And here come the Roadrunners, ready to strike back. Here we're going to take a look at Orozco on the kickoff, not his best kick of the night by far. Fielded at about the 32 by Richardson, and he just has speed. He's all the way to the 40, to the 30. Ruggles slows him down before the tackle's finally made inside the 20. And here come College of the Desert in the red zone to start this drive. Melvin drives the ball up the middle, and he's just about to the 15-yard line, picking up about 3 on the play.
And Kevin, just to touch base on that kickoff, on that slant kickoff, you usually do that to a team with a big weapon, a big returner, and when you do that, the kickoff team has to collapse. They have to react immediately, and they did not. So they gave him that whole left side there to capitalize.
Forte under center, takes the snap. He's looking to throw the ball. He lobs one up in the end zone, and he's lucky that ball wasn't picked off. Incomplete pass. Nice, solid defense as that ball was tossed to Jordan Calhoun. Unfortunately for him, Bernard Williams said nope.
And a great job by Bernard Williams just getting his hand in there, playing the ball, not the player.
Clock stopped on that incomplete pass. Just over 4 minutes left in the third. Golden West jumped out to a 19-7 lead. And there's a penalty that I didn't even see happen. Victor, maybe you can tell me a little bit about it.
I didn't really catch the roughing the passer as I was looking deep with the same thing you were looking at, but you can't touch the passer after the ball's been out of his hands, Kev. That's a big break for Desert here.
Forte lines up under center, and they're going to run the ball down the middle, and he's across the 5 to the 4, almost to the goal line.
Ball on the carry, penalty flag on the play.
And that's just the power formation run there up the gut and picking up a couple extra yards, and as they get near that end zone.
Offsides called against the Rustlers. Penalty is declined.
And an offsides call against Golden West, which obviously is going to be declined by the Desert Roadrunners. It's going to bring up first down and goal from inside the 5 for College of the Desert.
And with 3:40 to go here in the third, plenty of time for the Desert to get back in this game, especially because they have a really good field goal kicker. So,
and as we mentioned in the pregame, the Golden West defense is the slight advantage that Golden West does have over College of the Desert. Let's hope the Golden West defense can stand tall and maybe hold College of the Desert to 3 points. It's going to bring up second down and goal. My mistake. Charles Forte under center with 2 men in the backfield. 1 man goes in motion. Forte takes a snap, and he's going to hand the ball off. And the ball comes loose, and it's recovered by the Golden West Rustlers again. And the defense does stand tall, and the defense is going crazy. That time it's number 33, John Graves, coming up with the fumble recovery. And give it up for the Golden West defense.
Well, Kevin, that was amazing job by Golden West. This is a big stop for Golden West, and it looked like the quarterback and the running back just weren't in sync on that handoff. They're a little shaky, so Golden West was able to create that big turnover there.
The story all night, Vic, the Golden West defense. Wazar throws that interception. The defense comes back, forces a fumble. Not that great of a play by the special teams. The defense comes back, forces a fumble. This time, Golden West is going to take possession on their own goal line, and it's going to be Wazar. He drops back into the end zone, and he's looking for the quick outlet pass, and that ball is almost picked off. There's another flag flying as this game has been filled with penalties, Vic.
Plenty of penalties. I felt that Wazar was going to go to that outside pass again as he had man coverage one-on-one. But again, I want Wazar just to wait just a tad bit second, just a little bit longer, kind of like you would in a video game, and then just release it.
Yeah, Vic, anytime you're on your own goal line, you may feel a little bit of pressure to just release the ball as soon as you can, as you don't want to take that sack in the end zone and give the opposition 2 points, especially in a close ball game like this. Up by 12, those 2 points come back and hurt you. So Wazar just trying to get out of his end zone. The penalty is going to move the ball up to the 10. It's going to be second down and 5 for the Golden West offense. Wazar under center, takes a snap, hands the ball off to Pierre, who's up the middle. Not much room to run with, but he does pick up a few on the play.
Yeah, that's a good point. They don't want to feel that pressure and maybe give up the easy 6. I just feel like Golden West's offensive line has been giving Wazar some time, especially on those bootlegs. So I don't know, but like you said, yeah, you do feel that pressure when you're in your own end zone.
And just like that, it's third down and 3 for Wazar and the Rustler offense. He has 2 men in the backfield, one of them being big number 34, Chris Spencer. He's going to give the ball to Pierre again, who's actually, he faked me out and he threw the ball. I was looking at Michael Pierre. My bad. I missed that one. Another catch by number 89, Dana Maley, and you can move those chains.
And great job on that play action, Kevin, but a little risky throwing in between those 2 defenders, especially like you were just saying, they're that close into the end zone. I still don't really like Wazar's decision making. In a situation like that, you're better off just throwing away, even if you have to punt on this drive.
First and 10 from their own 20 for the Rustlers, and Wazar drops the snap again. Time after time after time. That's got to be the third, if not the 4th time, Wazar's unable to hang on to that snap.
Well, Kevin, I used to play offensive line. I always used to hear it from the quarterback, and a lot of times they'll tell you that, you know, they're not in sync with their center, or I personally think it's a lot has to do with this cold, because both teams are dropping the ball, both teams are fumbling. So Golden West has just been very fortunate.
In a close game like this, Wazar's got to hang on to that ball. If he wants to put a glove on his non-throwing hand, maybe he should do that. But Wazar drops back. He's rushed as he runs to the outside, trying to avoid being sacked, and he keeps the ball in bounds, and he's to the 35-yard line. Wazar looked like he was running out of bounds, and he found himself a little lane there on the near sidelines.
And Wazar does a great job there, not just running upfield, but protecting that ball, carrying it on his offhand away from the defense, so that in case there was some sort of fumble, it would bounce right out of bounds.
Raymond Wazar showing a little bit of athletic ability. Who knew? Clock ticking, 1:30. Wazar's going to hand the ball off to Williams, and he stays on his feet as he bounces through the middle up to the 40-yard line. And guess what? Another flag.
I thought you were going to say fumble.
College of the Desert likes to run their mouth a little bit, as I noticed as I was down there on the sideline, and it's going to be against College of the Desert. Personal foul against the defense.
They were using a lot of words you don't use in church, that's for sure.
And that's going to move the ball all the way across midfield to the 45-yard line of Desert. Going to be first down and 10 for Ray Wazar and the Golden West Wrestler offense. Looking to increase their lead. They're up by 12. 1:20 left in the third quarter. There you get a good look at the wide shot. Desert defense making one last substitution. Golden West in their huddle.
It was pretty slow paced in the first half, but I like this tempo. I like that it's picking it up. I like the way Golden West is dominating the ball. I like the way they're working the clock here, and let's see if they stick to that power run that's been working for them.
Here come the Wrestler offense out of their huddle. It's going to be Wazar with the pitch to Pierre. Pierre on his feet to the 45. He stays on his feet to about the 43 before he's tackled on that far sideline by the College of the Desert defense. Pick up a 3 on the play, 58 seconds left.
Oh, and Pierre with a beautiful cut back there, Kevin. I just wanted to say, without that effort, he doesn't get those yards, so big credit to him.
Just under 50 seconds left here in the third quarter as the Wrestler offense tries to increase their lead. It's going to be second down and 7 from about the 42-yard line of the Desert defense. Wazar is going to line up under gun with Williams in the backfield. 3 wide out on the near sidelines. Wazar takes the snap, and he's looking to throw the ball. Nice quick pass and catch, and he's to the 40, to the 35, and another flag thrown after the reception by number 10 from Golden West, Austin Dotson.
And every time Nick Mitchell lines up those trips receivers to the left, you can almost bet money on it that he's going to have that little quick out route, because he's going to use those two receivers to crack down on the linebacker and defensive back.
And that Dotson reception is going to be neglected as there was a hold on the offense, and they're going to bring that one back. 19 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. It's going to bring the ball back to the 46-yard line. Second down and 11 for Wazar and the Wrestler offense. He's going to line up under center with one man in the backfield, and that's Harold Williams. Wazar doesn't like what he sees, and he's going to call a timeout and start walking off the field, and he's going to actually not call a timeout and let the quarter run out. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to hand the reins over back to our own John McNichols and Rob Frecker to give you all the action from the fourth quarter.
Well, it's a pleasure to join you up from the Jim Carnett press box. Rob Frecker alongside John McNichols. And my reporting from the sideline, it's cold down there. It's about 10 degrees colder on the field than it is up here in the booth. So I got more respect for those players down there on the field.
For once, I'm happy to be back in the booth. My feet got cold.
19-7, a great third quarter there for the Rustlers. John, you and I were right behind the end zone there when Weezar walked that one in to make it 19-7, open this game up just a little bit wider.
Yeah, College of the Desert made it very difficult to run the ball straight up the middle. Coach Nick Mitchell wisely took the path of least resistance, rolled the quarterback out. He walked into the end zone for a very important touchdown, and we saw that extra point hit the crossbar and bounce good. That was a good sign. Here we go, fourth quarter.
All right, fourth quarter. It's a low snap for Weezar, but it's tossed up. A little bit of a short toss as well, so 2 short balls in one play. It was Jared Cohen, the intended receiver, there on the far side. We'll bring up third down, 11. Got a little scary situation as well when Desert seemed to easily march down the field there on a couple Golden West penalties there in the third quarter. But a goal line stop and a turnover.
That short kickoff and long return could have hurt, but fortunately Golden West was able to take the ball.
Weezar with time. Wide open is the, unfortunately, Desert player, and it's easily picked off by Kyle Figgins.
Well, they brought a lot of heat. Both linebackers came straight up the middle. Weezar threw the ball up for grabs. Desert grabbed it. First down, going the other way. Just opening up quarter number 4. Golden West 19, College of Desert 7. Desert scored lots of points in the fourth quarter, as you alluded to earlier. Let's see what happens now.
Should be a high-scoring affair, but perhaps they'll both cancel each other out. Desert unable to really get going here so far in the game. Just one touchdown on that trick play late in the first half. Ball carry gains about 6 on the play up to the 31.
Brings up second down.
Number 31, Melvin on the carry. Had a decent night. Rashid Melvin. Desert looking to really make an impact here early in the fourth quarter. Give them a shot.
Nearly intercepted.
McGowan, the intended receiver there, number 4 for College of the Desert. And McGowan is kicking himself for not being able to bring that one down. Would have given Golden West a great opportunity. Would have been turnover and then turnover again, just as happened in the third quarter when Golden West reclaimed the ball.
3rd and 7. Desert with the ball.
Fortis from shotgun. He's got McGowan. He goes right to him. Behind the line of scrimmage. Brought down on that far side at about 37-yard line. We'll be close to that first down marker.
It's going to be close. Looks like it might be a yard short. At some point, Desert might think about going if they want to win this ball game, but it looks like not this trip.
Nathan Krasnick has been a great punter. John, talk to me a little bit, if you will, about this formation that they put in front of Krasnick. 3 big men.
Yeah, they're all 70 numbers, all tackles. They build that wall, but my concern is that kicker ends up awfully close to the guy in the middle when he kicks the ball. Well, from up here, it's not quite as close as it looked like down on the field.
Ruggles takes this one, finds a little bit of a hole, gets up to about the 37-yard line. Yeah, you and I were down on the field. We had a behind view of that one, right behind Krasnick.
He looks a lot closer when when you're behind him. But the theory is that nobody's going to get through that wall, so you're going to get a safe kick. And the kicking game tonight has belonged to Desert. The scoring touchdown so far game, the Rustlers are ahead, leading 19-7. Desert has a very solid kicking game. They look to me like a very fine football team talent-wise. Perhaps there's something missing somewhere else in the system.
Weezer fakes the handoff, goes downfield. Kobe was maybe waiting for that to happen a little bit farther downfield. Didn't look like he was turned to receive that one.
That ball could have hit him in the helmet. He might not have seen it. He was running a foot race with the cornerback and was beginning to pull away, but the ball's got to be thrown properly and caught properly.
If it was thrown a little bit nearer to this sideline here, Kobe might have had a chance for it, and he had lots of green in front of him. But instead, it's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yep, long incomplete pass, 2nd down.
Kobe here on the near side. Goes to Kobe this time. It's complete. Pick up of about
Close
9
to
on
the
the play.
first.
Real close to that first down. It looks like they're going to mark it just shot. Nope.
Quarterback Weezer comes up and throws that ball fast before the defenders can close on. First down.
Let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Kevin Schreiber.
We're almost down to the wire here as it's the 4th quarter. Golden West hanging on to that 12-point lead. It's been all Rustler defense all night long, coming up with a couple of big fumble recoveries. Let's get back to that 4th quarter action and hope the Rustlers could hang on for that victory and maybe get themselves to a bowl game.
Thank you, Kevin. Nice completion to Dotson. Dotson still on his feet. Tries to go around to the outside. He'll be brought down at about the 47-yard line. They'll give him forward progress. Still trying to pull the ball out, and that's going to be a late flag. Kevin Harmon.
It's hard to say. They were both pushing.
My guess is that it's going to be on number 2, Kevin Harmon for Desert, because he was really trying to rip that ball out of the hands of Dotson
And
after
the
the
way things
whistle
have
was blown.
gone for Desert tonight, those big ones have hurt them. And the player brings it on himself sometimes. That's a little blatant right in front of the home team's bench. And you called it right. And the fans on this side of the field disagree with the official.
Coach Doty can hardly believe it. I'm sure he's getting tired of yelling at the officials. He's done a lot of it tonight.
I think he's hoarse now. They can't hear him anymore.
And there's been times where I sympathize with him, but on that particular play, definitely looked like Harmon was guilty of a personal foul after the whistle had blown, I think is the key point to make. But regardless, 1st and 10 here for the Rustlers at the 37-yard line. Great opportunity here to put this game away. Weezer gets thrown down. It's
all he's got to do is get it there.
And it's Kobe was the intended receiver. It's picked off in the end zone, still on his feet.
He has intentions.
And he was finally brought down.
There is a flag in the end zone. I am not sure what that's going to be.
Kerry Roby of NOLA, Louisiana, with the interception.
Well, and that's another one of Coach Nick Mitchell's special plays out of the trick book. There was a receiver for Golden West open in the left-hand side of the end zone. Unfortunately, the halfback who threw the ball, I'm not sure who that was.
I think it was Jesus Orozco.
What's the call going to be? Unnecessary face mask. The Golden West defender must have grabbed the face mask on the interception.
Eric Kobe
Desert takes over.
Eric Kobe trying to break up that interception and inadvertently using the face mask. So ball will end up on the 30-yard line here for Desert. And isn't it just like this game to have another twist like this?
It seems like every week Coach Mitchell finds a way, the Golden West team finds a way to make it exciting. And Desert has scored lots of points in the 4th quarter this season.
Complete here to Calhoun, the near side. Tries to get to the first down. He's knocked out just inside. Clock will still run. Brought down at the 36-yard line. Bring up about a 2nd and 4 situation. Clock is running at 11:42.
And Desert doesn't move like a team that feels any real urgency. They're taking their time in and out of the huddle. They are trailing by a couple of scores, but they've shown the ability to score fast and often, especially in the 4th quarter of the game.
Portis and shotgun. 4 wide receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Has some time. Goes up. Overthrown. That one well over America's Festa.
Pass intended for Festa, falls incomplete. Bring have 3rd and 4 for the Roadrunners at their own 36.
So still 3rd and 4 on the 36-yard line.
And Desert still taking their time, no hurry. 10 seconds on the shot on the time clock.
Forrest with time. Knocked up. Good break up on the play
nearly
there.
Intercepted.
Forrest's pass intended for Calhoun.
Broken up by Roth Mendoza.
They'll bring up 4th and 4 for the Roadrunners.
So 4th down, and again, they go to the kicker.
A very uneventful series of downs for Desert.
After that interception, they weren't able to do anything with it.
Yeah, they didn't move. They moved the ball on 1st down, 6 yards, and then threw 2 incomplete passes. Now they punt again.
Krasnick, the punter, gets off another high punt. This one a little bit shorter than normal.
Get out of the way, men. There we go.
College of the Desert coaches are claiming that it was touched by a Golden West player. I didn't see that, and neither did the officials, though, down and at the 32-yard line.
Well, this time the head coach isn't saying anything. He sent one of the underlings to holler. 10 minutes, 56 seconds remaining. Golden West takes over. Ball on the 32-yard line. Headed north. At some point, Coach Nick Mitchell is going to keep the ball on the ground and eat some clock up.
He's got Spencer and Pierre in there. Pierre finds a hole right up the middle. He cuts to the left, back to the inside, across the 40.
Grady, hang onto the ball. There we go.
Up to the 35-yard line. Excellent run by Michael Pierre. Didn't necessarily use up a lot of clock, but it ate up a lot of yardage there.
32-yard run by Pierre.
Now's a great opportunity for Nick Mitchell to use some clock.
As soon as they reset the chains and set the ball, the referee winds the clock. 10 minutes and 35 seconds remaining, quarter number 4.
Big rush coming from College of the Desert.
Turn right and run fast.
But gets the 1st down. An excellent run there from Robert Cruz. Has been used sparingly tonight, but has been very effective, and he gets another 1st down.
Golden West has had a series of injuries all season long, and they've been able to plug in other players. The system works well. They keep moving the ball, running and passing.
This time it's Harold Williams. Has a lot of space here on the near side, breaks one tackle, brought down inside the 10-yard line at about the 7. There is a flag on that far side of the play, maybe holding against Golden West.
That would be way away from the ball. That would really be an unfortunate hold. They're calling him back. Oh, he's calling the other official. This game started a little bit late. It's going to end a little bit late. These guys are probably deciding where they're going to have coffee on the way home. Meanwhile, let's see what this signal is. Unnecessary roughness against Golden West, way away from the ball. I'm sure that those wideouts and those cornerbacks have been banging each other all night long, and it looks like somebody got carried away.
So bringing that one back, it'll end up on the 28-yard line.
Unnecessary roughness. And they indicated it was on somebody on that left side. We wouldn't know who until we looked at the film. Nevertheless, it's 1st and 10, Golden West.
This one to Harold Williams, tries to go up the middle, not as effective as the last carry. Nonetheless, gains a couple yards. We're under 10 minutes here. Golden West still sitting on a 12-point lead. Golden West not known for producing very round scores. They get their part of that is due to the kicking game that's been a little irregular. 19 points tonight.
That's been Achilles' heel all season long.
Nice
There's another flag
Pierre.
Thrown on this side, again away from the ball, completely on the other side of the line. I think all but one official threw their flag. Maybe the referee needs to throw his and make it unanimous.
So very slow moving game so far tonight.
There's a meeting going on out there. They don't realize that I've got to get up early and drive a long ways tomorrow morning. What's the referee signaling? Motion, Golden West. And again, it seemed to be on the opposite side of where the ball was run.
It's calling offsides against Desert as well.
Oh,
so
offsetting penalties, so the play goes over. It's still an awful lot of penalties for the 10th game of the season. Penalties and turnovers often determine the outcome of a game. Golden West has had lots of penalties, of course, so has Desert tonight.
Ball on the 20-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 7 here. Lots of movement from College of the Desert. Get a chance to reset himself. No flags are thrown. And Pierre tries to go up the middle.
Well, they're trying to take his jersey and his shoulder pads.
Pierre brought down in the backfield. A loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 8 for the Rustlers with the ball at the 21.
Both teams with full timeouts. 3 to go here. Clock rolling now at 8 minutes 35.
Interesting to see if Coach Mitchell keeps the ball on the ground now or if he throws that little swing pass. I'd be hesitant to throw that swing pass. Those cornerbacks have cheated up now, and that ball could go the other way in a hurry.
Eric Kobe on the top of your screen. AC on the bottom. Chris Spencer right behind him. Huizar fakes the pass, but he's brought down way in the backfield at the 37-yard line.
He took a late hit in the back.
So 3rd down, being very long, almost 20 yards to go here. They're going to spot it actually at the 31.
Quarterback Huizar looks like a little, the only thing missing is a shopping cart. Looks like a little old man down on Skid Row walking off the field.
Pardon me,
This Desert defense has beat him up pretty good tonight.
It's going to bring up 4th down, so Steven Santana, the punter, in there. He's standing at about the 43-yard line.
A little soft pooch kick. Desert doesn't expect him to kick.
And ball bounces out at about the 15-yard line. So not a bad pin there from Steven Santana. Give Desert a very long field.
Yeah, long field, and the ball is out of bounds, so there's no return.
7.5 minutes here left in the final regular season game of the 2010 season. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the crew for producing a wonderful game. Brought you many football games, water polo, volleyball, and soccer this season.
And soccer.
Had a great soccer game just this past Tuesday. Fortunately, we didn't see a winner from Golden West, but it was an exciting game.
They were ahead most of the way, then gave up 2 late goals.
We're back to football here. 4 wide receivers here for Desert. 3 on the top of your screen. And it's broken up. A big hit on Fortis. And he is slow to get up. Boy, he had his bell rung on that play.
I have to tell you, Rob, I'm very impressed with number 77, Frank Tanavasa, 6'6", 400 pounds, playing right guard for College of the Desert. And that gentleman moves pretty well for a guy that's twice my size.
He was the one that brought Donnie Ruggles down as he was trying to make that return. It came out of nowhere. And it's picked off.
This could be 6.
He's up at 10 to 15, and he's in. Oh, no, he's going to bring it back at the 9-yard line and say he stepped out of bounds. Tough call there, but a great interception from your number 33, John Graves, on that far side. He thought he had 6, but instead they're going to roll it back to the 9-yard line.
The old Oklahoma coach, Billy Vessels, used to say when you throw a forward pass, 3 things can happen and 2 of them are bad. You can catch it, you can drop it, or it could be intercepted. Desert went to the well once too often. Golden West defense comes up with the ball, 1st down.
Harold Williams, ball carrier going right up the middle. Gains a few on the play, crosses the 5-yard line.
Like a rugby scrub. They all end up in the same place.
Gain of 5 on the play for Williams.
Desert gets a little stingy down here.
Goal for the Rustlers with the ball inside the 5-yard line.
Well, Coach Mitchell would love to see this ball scored in the end zone with just over 6 minutes remaining in quarter number 4.
Makes you wonder, the more they run up the score, does it help their ranking?
Not at all. The win is what's important at this point.
These are hands off to Williams.
There he is.
Right in the touchdown. Silky smooth to get around the defense. Golden West extends the lead right now. It's 25-7.
Now that's a good series. Good series for Golden West. The interception, almost run back. Patiently put the ball in the end zone.
So just under 6 minutes left. And here's Farringer to put another point on the board here for Golden West.
And Desert will come out throwing. And
it's been 1 for 2 tonight. Farringer. This one's up.
He's on a roll. He's made 2.
Ballringer's extra point attempt is good.
26-7 after the Farringer extra point. Let's take another look at this touchdown from Harold Williams.
Well, it was a quick one. Take our word for it, he scored.
The points are on the board, 26-7. 5:58 left in this contest. Golden West all but putting this one to bed.
Sometimes in a contest like this where one team is appears to be out of it, they've had a frustrating season. I hope we don't see any deterioration of activity on the field. There's been a lot of hard and a little bit of late hitting. Hopefully these 2 squads are disciplined enough to give us a good close to this 10th game of this season. We'll wait and see. It'd really be nice to see the Golden West team just kick the ball into the end zone.
Asking a lot of Jesus Orozco here, kicking from his 30.
And that pooch, I just don't understand it.
Bounced at the 30. Almost got another great reception, but instead brought down from Josh Leyva. Right around the 40-yard line. They'll spot it, it looks like at the 38 of Desert territory.
Well, I would wager that Coach Mitchell is going to work on the kicking game for next year. It's been an Achilles heel all year. Probably lost at least 2 games because of the field goal kicking. Either one's missed by the Rustlers or made by the opposition at the end of games. And the punting game has been questionable all year. It's just an area that you can work on and improve by recruiting 1 or 2 players.
Ford is still going for it. Pass complete. Right up the middle to McGowan. Crosses the 45-yard line.
Both squads still have their 3 timeouts, so we might see this last 5.5 minutes take a little bit longer than we might expect. And Desert still does not play with any urgency. They take their time coming out. They're snapping the ball with 10 seconds or
Ball's
less.
loose. Bad snap. And it's going to be Dante Scott who brings down Fortis. Fortis having a rough go of it these last couple minutes here.
Yeah, they remind me of a Harbor team we saw a couple of years ago that just had all kinds of talent and didn't seem to be able to put it together. This Desert squad has some fine athletes. Their skilled players are good. Their linemen are huge, just like Coach Mitchell told us, and look very athletic, and yet something is missing. This is a team that should have won more than 4 games, in my opinion.
A little bit of low snap there for Fortis. He doesn't have any time.
He's surrounded by a lot of people in green shirts.
And it looked like Dante Scott in there again for the 2nd time. 2 downs. Dante Scott, we got to talk to him at the end of the last game.
Well, that Rustler defense is just tenacious. At this time of the game, they just put their chin straps on and come after you. They're oversized, they're outsized by the other team every week, and yet they're all around the ball. They play like they're having a good time. They're using a 4-man rush. They're covering with 7. And they're right
Right
there.
over the top, and it's another pickoff
That's
here.
exactly
John
what
Graves.
happens at the end of a ball game like
Does he
this.
stay in bounds this time? No, he does.
Oh, he wanted that end zone.
And there's your man, number 77 there for College of the Desert, Tanavasu. Got all the way back there, brought down Graves. What an athlete.
400-pounder. When I was a running back, if a 400-pounder would have been chasing me, I guarantee he'd have never caught me.
Somebody slow to get up here for the Rustlers. Difficult to see who.
Well, when 400, they probably put him into the pavement. Yeah, we have time.
Graves got leveled here by Tanavasu, but it's another great pick. He knew he had to stay in bounds. He didn't want to make that mistake twice in a row.
Coach Mitchell.
We'll take another look at this play. At this interception from Graves and a great return.
It's a great interception, but watch the end of the play when number 77 tracks him down.
Guitar back. What a hit from Tanavasu.
That hurt up here. Oh. Well, I'll tell you, if that young man, 7'7", has grades, he's going to be playing on Sundays in a couple more years.
Ball carry gets absolutely nowhere there.
And yet, he's playing on a team that's going to win 4 games. They just look better than that. They look better than that. Nevertheless, Golden West leads 26-7.
Clock winding down. We're less than 3.5 here in the contest.
There will be no hurry. Golden West will snap the ball with close to no time left on the clock.
Cruz trying to find the end zone here.
Very close.
Brought down at the half-yard line.
Very close. Clock continues to run. Desert's not using any of their timeouts. They really have not played with urgency at all. Of course, they're behind, but the game isn't over. I haven't heard anybody warming up to sing yet.
Got Michael Pierre in the backfield. Chris Spencer right in front of him. Cohen in motion. They give it to Spencer, and he busts his way through.
Touchdown, Golden West.
Rustlers making it.
Number 34 gives us a touchdown every now and then when we need it.
Spencer makes it look a lot worse than it really was, but Rustlers putting up 2 very late scores here. Some of the fans of College of the Desert start filtering their.
Yeah, they're going to be heading for the desert.
It's a long ride back to Palm Springs. It's tough when you're losing this bad. Farringer for the extra point. It looks low, but it's good.
3 for 3. Well, we've made 3 in a row. Well, the Rustlers are on top, 33-7.
So we thought they played well last week when they beat OCC 33-17, doing an even better job here on defense tonight. Only allowing that one trick play very late in the first half, and I think any fan might excuse that play.
Well, the old hook and ladder, like I say, that's it. That's in every coach's trick book. Coach Nick Mitchell has about 5 derivations of that similar play. I've seen it in football my whole life, and I'm sure they did it when my dad was playing, which was really a long time ago.
So Roscoe getting ready to kick off here.
Well, at this point, the Rustlers are hoping for a good seed in the state. Their victories have come against teams that didn't necessarily have real good records. They are going to end up 6-4 and bowl eligible, and hopefully the committee is going to find a spot for them. Oh, nice hit.
Vanzel taken down hard by Michael Pierre. Tailback.
23 got the hit of the night.
Vanzel is still down.
Michael Pierre, 5'11", 190 pounds, from Orlando, Florida. He came all the way across the country to deliver a knockout punch. I can't see the number.
It's Richard Vanswell Richardson. He's had some great returns tonight. We'll try and take another look at this hit here. Richardson still slow to get up.
Well, it's here we go.
Kick from Morosco. Richardson fields it at about the 30-yard line, and Pierre just came flying in.
Well, hopefully the young man will get up and walk off on his own account, but that was quite a hit.
So with 2.5 minutes left, 33-7. The wrestlers in complete control here. But concern here for Richardson.
He's getting up. No, that's the trainer that got up. Still down.
We may be here a while. As Richardson slow to get up. But a complete victory here for the Rustlers. And a great way to finish the 2010 regular season.
But he still has his helmet on. They're talking to him. We don't have anybody from the crew down on the sideline. Kevin Schreiber is moving over in that direction. We will get a report. He's got a microphone with him. You always concern yourselves. They used to say football is a contact sport, and in reality, football is a collision sport. That was a collision. One young man running probably full speed, another one just picking up speed. And the force of that impact is pretty solid. Desert players on a knee.
As are Golden West, and we'll take a knee ourselves. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
There's something about this place. It just gets better and better.
Every day, California goes to work. And thanks to its system of more than 100 community colleges all across the state, every day, California becomes a better place to live. California Community Colleges, the way California works.
It just gets better and better.
To save Island, who will be the next to be voted off?
She never even took advantage of her employer's 401k plan.
She maxed out her credit cards and only pays the minimum balance.
Every year he says he's going to get an IRA, and nothing.
Okay, I didn't want to say this, but Sally doesn't even have a savings account.
Man, I think Reggie's just waiting on an inheritance.
Find out what you need to know to survive. Call or visit our website and choose to save.
Can I help you, sir?
I found these over by the stairs.
Okay, thank you.
What are they?
Love handles. Lots of people lose them taking the stairs instead of the escalator.
Welcome back. Still not a lot of movement from Vanswell Richardson. Cause for great concern as they brought the stretcher around, but unable to get any movement out of him.
We do have Kevin Schreiber down within about 15 yards of the player that's down. As soon as we get a report, we'll give you a report. Coach Mitchell just walked across the field. The Golden West training staff is there.
Trying to get in touch with Kevin Schreiber down on the field here. You can see Coach Nick Mitchell giving some sympathy here to the College of the Desert player.
Well, a serious injury is always a possibility in a contact sport or collision sport. But when you see it, it's always sobering. Been around football for over 60 years and never feel good about somebody being down. You like it when they pop right up and they're ready to go again. This is quite a long time.
And it looks like he is finally rising here.
There's movement. I just can't tell if it's him or the medical staff. And he's up. Still has his hat on.
Highly shaken up on the play. That's number 17, Van Zell Richardson, San Bernardino High School. Taking extra caution here.
Well, he was doing what a football player does. He caught the ball and started to run with it. And there was a collision. And somebody wins and somebody doesn't in those collisions. Coach Mitchell moves away towards his players, looking back. They are helping him off the field. The medical staff.
So after the hit from Michael Pierre, and you gotta be excited about that hit, but at the same time, still concerned that you could do that damage.
He's wobbly. There are 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Kevin Schreiber is near the bench where the young man is going to be sitting, and we will get a report on his condition. Hopefully he's got a stinger and he'll be just fine. Back to the game.
Low toss here is Portis on the toss. A nice hole right up the middle. Good carry from Melvin.
And one of the things that could happen after a long delay like that, the players are all warmed up. Now they're cooled down a little bit. Every now and then you see a pulled muscle in a situation like this when you've stood around for a while. And it's chilly down there tonight.
So first down there for Desert, just over 2 minutes.
And still no urgency from Desert. I think maybe they've figured out they're going to finish second in this contest. Oh, almost
out of the hands of Demetrius Hall McLean. A little bit of banter was going on even between the fans of Desert and Golden West during that time. Wow. Richardson was down.
Well, and Golden West has put in some players that don't see a lot of action now. Good when you can give some other players an opportunity to participate. Desert's ball. 2nd and 10.
Ford is still in for Roadrunners.
Throw
Looks like it
pick.
may be intercepted, and it is. Atencio picks that one off. Crosses the 40, the 30. Still has some space. 20, 10. He's in for a touchdown.
At the right time.
Lots of flags coming late here. Look like some personal fouls going on.
That's kind of what you're afraid of. Play away from the activity away from the ball. That was 40 yards behind the ball. We'll see who the penalty is on. To look to be a Golden West player and a Desert player. The officials will decide who instigated the activity. If it happens after the score, the touchdown counts. If it happens before the score, the ball comes back. We'll see what the referee signals. The officials are meeting right now at the 25-yard line. As soon as we get a signal, it looks like they're going to set the ball up for the extra point. So whatever the activity was, it will be penalized on the kickoff, if I'm right. Because they have put the ball on the 2-yard line, which is the extra point. They're not going to play without these 3 officials unless these guys are just going to quit.
I don't
One of
see
them's
that
the referee,
happen.
so I don't think they're going to quit. They're probably determining where they're going to penalize, and it'll be on the kickoff since they are lining up for the extra point. We still don't have a signal, but it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. Didn't see the activity, but we did see the result of the activity. There were at least 2 and perhaps 4 players involved.
Looked like Kyle McGowan, one of them. He was being shuttled away from the play by Frank Tanavusa, his teammate.
Which I appreciated when the teammate did move him away. That's somebody's got to prevail. I'm sure that the Golden West kicker doesn't need to be talking to the official. Okay, the referee's going to give us a signal. Against Golden West. So it's going to go both ways, I think. Yep. They offset. He kicked out the originator. We'll find out who that is. It looks like it might be Desert, and the head coach at Desert is not going to be happy. You're also never. The head coach is discussing some other activities with the officials now, and his animated motions. He hadn't been happy all night.
All right. In the meantime, while Coach Dowdy's having a conversation, let's send it down to Kevin Schreiber.
Not what you want to see on either team. Vonzell Richardson down. Fortunately for him, he was able to regain movement in his legs. However, he's over there on the sidelines, not saying much, and looks like he has little movement in his arms. Let's hope he's okay.
Thank you, Kevin. We can still see Richardson being treated here on the near side bench.
Classic concussion symptoms. He's at the best, he has a concussion. If he's got movement in his arms and legs, that's of course a great sign.
It does look like it was number 4, Kyle McGowan. He's just been talked to by his coach, College of the Desert player number 4, and he just sits down on the bench here. So he may have been the player ejected, as he was involved in that altercation. But Farringer with an extra point attempt, and it one's no good. So he ends up 3 for 5 on the night. Had 3 in a row, missed the first and missed the last.
3 for 5 is not even good at the Pop Warner level.
Let's take another look at this play. We'll see if we can find the extracurriculars.
It was way behind the ball. Here comes the other deflection, interception.
And it's right around the 45, 50-yard line. Just to your left there is where the altercation started, was number 4. So the flags were thrown well behind the play. But it was a big return, about 60 yards from Tim Atencio.
Well, a very close football game has become 39-7, almost without realizing it. A minute 40 seconds remaining in quarter number 4, game number 10 for both of these squads. The main season is ending tonight. The bowl season will be in 1 and 2 weeks. And with some good fortune, the Rustlers will play on.
Low kick here from Morosco. Fielded at the 20-yard line. Taken back to the 35.
All right, gentlemen, just stop on the whistle. Let everybody go to their own sidelines. Let's line up and play for a minute 32.
The coaching staff for College of the Desert, they're packing up their headsets, they're packing up their coaching material, they're throwing in the towel, but still a minute 32 left to play. They'll send their guys out there, a few more downs.
The old coach would tell you the fat lady hadn't sung yet, but this one is pretty close to being over. And I still don't see a bit of urgency on the Desert squad.
Ford is still in there. Hands this one off. Ball carrier gains a few on the play.
Well, they went to pass, and they threw 2 touchdowns for the other team. So now they're just going to run the ball out. Of course, they did run that hook and ladder. That's a team that might lull you to sleep and throw one just for the heck of it.
Charles Fortis, the freshman quarterback out of Bloomington Christian in Redlands, California. You get a look at him there, squatting down. Do another handoff here. Let's try and waste the clock down. And there's some
Oh, that doesn't
extracurricular.
make any sense.
Looked like punches thrown, but no flags are thrown.
He threw two right in front of the official. I think the official lost his flag.
Perhaps they're just trying to let this game die.
Well, that was a little bit blatant to let it go, but one more snap, perhaps.
Last play of the game
we're
here.
all holding our breath, just wanting to get out of here.
Fortis goes deep. Downfield, but he throws it out of bounds. So that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds.
No extracurricular activity behind the ball. One little short conversation, 12 seconds remaining.
Well, in the event that there isn't a bowl game, I want to take this opportunity to thank the crew for a great season. Thank you, John, for another great season. It's been a fun 2010. Got to bring you a lot of games. We hope you enjoyed them. Remember, you can watch them anytime on the Golden West website, gwcathletics.com/video. Also, a link there to the digital media program if you are interested in joining the student production crew from Golden West College.
And among other things, number 77, Frank Tanabaka, just stopped one of his teammates from getting into a fight. I'd recruit that number 77 to play football for me if I were still coaching.
So that'll do it. It's a wrap. 39-7 as the teams start to shake hands. We'll send it down to Kevin Schreiber. Kevin, your final thoughts.
On a night where the Golden West Rustlers dealt with one of their toughest opponents all season, it was the Golden West defense delivering the knockout punch, coming up with 5 big turnovers, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 interceptions, leading to a rout of the College of the Desert Roadrunners. It's going to be a long bus ride back to the desert as Golden West hopefully plays on and is headed for their 2nd consecutive bowl game. John, Rob?
A long bus ride indeed, all the way back to Palm Springs. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with our post-game show right after this.
A trip to Elkhart, Indiana today. Elkhart's a place that has lost jobs faster than anywhere else in America. The people who've lost them have no idea what to do or who to turn to. In fact, local TV stations have started running public service announcements that tell people where to find food banks, even as the food banks don't have enough to meet the demand.
As the Golden West Rustlers roll to a 39-7 victory, I'm joined by number 33, defensive back John Graves. John, it was pretty much all Rustler defense all night. What can you tell me?
We just have to step up in for the offense. They was a little slow today, so we just have to step in to help them out and give them a little push.
And you had your first 2 picks of the season, coming both in the 4th quarter, both leading to Golden West touchdowns. Couldn't have come at a better time. Tell me what you saw out there on those plays.
Man, I seen the end zone. I just wanted to score and just help the team out. That's about it.
Now you guys have 6 wins on the season. You're ranked in the top 20 in Southern California. You're bowl eligible. How excited are you and your teammates?
I'm excited, but it's not in our hands right now. We just have to wait till tomorrow and then see the results.
Nice game. Your 2 interceptions pretty much delivered the knockout blow to Desert. Congratulations on the win, and good luck should you guys go to a bowl game.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
It's 39-7, 10 long games, good season. A couple plays here and there could have been great. We'll take 6 and 4. What happens now?
Well, we're going to have to wait until tomorrow afternoon, or probably, I think, around noon, somewhere after that. The bowl committees are up in Sacramento right now. They'll meet, figure out the teams are going to go. Nothing we can do but sit and wait. We've done what we came to do, and that was win the game, and now we'll let the chips fall where they may.
And tell us just a little bit about how things went tonight, how you feel about this ball game.
Well, it's not one of my happier moments, even though, it was a good score, 39-7, but it was pretty sloppy at times. I was not happy with the special teams play. We're obviously still having trouble with our kicking games, kickoff and the field goal, extra point. We struggled a little bit on offense, for, some portions of the game. We were in the red zone. I don't think we moved the ball in the red zone like we wanted to coming into the game. But, we had defense stepped up huge at the end, had some good turnovers. I think we, picked off 3 passes maybe in their last 3 or 4 possessions, last one going for a touchdown. So defense came to play, and so did the offense. But, we just, just a little slower. We got started a little slower.
I'm always impressed with your defense in the fourth quarter. Those guys play like they're really having fun out there, and they give the other team fits. How do you feel about that fourth quarter effort?
As we were talking a little bit ago, it's kind of like last year when we get on top of some people and they need to throw, and we sit back there in our cover two, and if we've got some good guys that can play the ball, they're able to attack the ball, and that's kind of what happened. We got ahead, forced them to throw, which is not really what they want to do, and so the guys were back there to make plays, and they made them when we needed them to.
Well, you did what you needed to do. Now it's in the hands of somebody else. As always, we enjoy watching your team. Good luck tomorrow. Look forward to talking to you again.
Thanks, John.
Thank you. I'm going to turn the microphone over to the boss.
Well, good afternoon. It's a great game here. 39-7, a decisive victory here for the Rustlers to close out the season.
Well, and Coach Mitchell, as a good football coach, he's pleased with the victory, but he knows that there's some areas to work on. If we have a bowl game it'll be next Saturday, I bet you we get a better effort out of the special teams.
Kevin, towards the end, that game kind of deteriorated on both ends, but largely from the desert. What could you see down from the field?
Play was getting a little bit chippy on both ends, little extracurricular activity going on, little trash talking, which is nothing new at this level of college football. Fortunately for Golden West, the defense was huge. 5 turnovers, 3 interceptions, 2 pickoffs, leading to a lot of points on the boards as this game got out of hand. Golden West running away with the victory.
Yeah, the only time they let points go on the board right before halftime on that trick play, you can kind of forgive them on that one. Well, like they said, it's in the hands of the bowl committee, but we'll be bringing you to the bowl. If it happens, it'll be happening hopefully right here from Labard Stadium. But for a wonderful season 2010, we thank you for watching. For Kevin Schreiber, John McNichols, I'm Rob Frecker on behalf of the entire crew for the Golden West Digital Arts production. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.